man grabbed the mic. Well, Kawhi was shooting free throws instead of
MyT.
everywhere we go. People wanna know who we are. So we better podcast. Yes, 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 yes. Evening, and welcome back to another edition of the MyT Sports Podcast. I am your host, the one and only talent El Idolo Deportivo Taylor, and I got my host with me, KJ the Storm. He is in the building.
Love to see it segment of the week. Give me that shit.
With the Storm taking over the U.S.
A little more aggressive with a feature that is just coming off of
Yes.
Africa and eventually moving into this region.
Just took the ride from standby to Persquingus to go get it from Drumbo. Santi City, go.
Yes.
Very warm. Surprise is starting to heat up as well at 1,300 degrees. I'm not authorized to evacuate. I think steel boils at about this temperature. So
Yes.
Cave Creek, there's probably nothing left up there. I'm not your dad, but I would get out.
Don't make unnecessary journeys. Don't take risks on treacherous roads. And don't swim in the sea. Incredibly, people have been spotted in the water. The world is empty.
Black Friday
Don't
sales.
even bother looting up there. It's not going to be worth it.
Love to see it. Love to see it.
Yes, listen, folks, it is another En Fuego day in the hottest city in the world. We're coming at you live and direct from the studios, from the MyT studios in West Palm Beach, Florida. And boy, do we have a big show for you today. It is officially November 22nd. Current temperature right now is 77 degrees. And we have the whole lineup started for you guys today. But before we get it started, let's pop some bottles.
We popping. Last hit was over here.
It's over there. So we popping bottles. Cheers to you. Cheers to you and you and you and you
and
you.
Too.
Take that. Take that. Take that. Take that. Y'all trust me. You know that is not done on accident, right? You guys know how we get in here. We gonna get into a little bit of Diddy today, folks. We got Hump Day for you guys today. It is Wednesday and it's Hump Day.
Ironic. We're getting into Diddy on Hump Day.
Yep. We're gonna puff
Pause.
past a lot of topics today. Listen, I hope you guys know. So I'm gonna let you guys know early. If you know anybody with a birthday, yesterday or today, you start tagging them in the podcast. You know what time it is. Because at the beginning of the show, we have our birthday ratios. You don't want them to miss it. You don't want to miss it. And if I don't happen to have them on my list, you tag them. You at them. You put them in the chat. And I got you, B. Birthday celebrations is for everybody. Not just the people that pop up on my Facebook page. That's where I get them from. So you know it's going to be a good hump day. I got to talk about that Andre 3000 album. Woo! Talking about pure fuego. Man, I had that sucker on repeat. We got the draft.
That was nice and elevated.
We're going to talk about the draft class clowns, right? We got a Blue Chew promo code coming up for you guys. We got a unexpected injury report.
Shit.
James Dolan resigns. I already told you about the birthday shout-outs, so you guys make sure you stay there. We watch this Orlando and Denver game as well. Orlando is currently up 122 to 119 with 4.3 seconds left to go. Oh, and they intercept the long pass.
Talk about dumb. He didn't even do that. He had 4 seconds.
I mean, with no timeouts, they still had time to dribble that ball
Come
up.
on, man.
At least come a little bit closer, right? So, like I said, we got James Dolan resigning. We're gonna talk about the Black Friday game. We got Thursday night football as well. We got the end season. Playoffs shaping up. Did I tell you that Thanksgiving is tomorrow? We got Thanksgiving tomorrow, and also for all my 2K heads, all my 2K players, we're gonna continue with part 2 of breaking down our 2K GOAT tiers. We have all that and more coming up next on a Thanksgiving Eve special of the MyT Sports Podcast. But you know what we say here, regardless of the time and regardless of the weather, it's always a blast on the MyT Sports Podcast. Coach, you got any words that you want to add for inspiration or anything?
You play to win the game. Hello?
Tell him again, Coach. You want to say it again?
You play to win the game. Hello?
So, let's start talking. Woo! Back at it like a sports fanatic. MyT Sports.
Damn it.
Oh, man. Birthday people. I think actually for everybody else that's watching, that's listening, right? I think Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, I think it's time for you guys to see our faces. I think it's time for you guys to actually get fully behind the scenes. So you can say it. But happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Let's get that out the way. Because, listen, I don't know how many podcasts is out there, doing a full show the night before Thanksgiving. I don't know how many people is out here.
It's the dedication.
Giving that to you. But that's what we doing here.
We're dedicated.
Like, that's what we doing for you guys here. We are giving you the MyT Sports Podcast here on Thanksgiving because I know that is what you want, and we got to make sure that we always try to give you a little bit of something. That we can't give you everything of what you want because then you become spoiled. Like I had to tell a shorty a couple weeks ago, like she asked me for a little something, right, and I gave it to her, and she asked me for some more that same day, and I was like, no, I said. She was like, now you got. I said that was a free sample. You got to pay for the next one. I was treat you like the rest of the fiends. So I got to treat you like the rest of the fiends. That's a free sample. You got to pay for the next one. You got an appointment on Tuesday. Actually, we got an appointment next Monday. I'm tripping. I am tripping. Birthday people, this is your time. Right? So I hope you guys are listening. Hope you guys are aware. Because we are getting ready to spit a little birthday flavor in your ear. You know how we do it here on the MyT Sports Podcast. DJ MyT, do me a favor. Run that birthday beat for me. All right, go, folks. So, I hope you've got your beer ready. Get out a sponsor. I'll cover it up. Hope you got your beer ready. This is why koozies are needed. Hope you poured yourself a little drink. Hope you packed a bowl, rolled something up, did a little something to go ahead and celebrate these birthday shout-outs, right? Because let's say cheers to all of them first. Let's say a nice little cheers to all of them.
Cheers to you fuckers.
I'm going to take a little sip. Cheers.
Yes,
Always good to see you. I'm glad you're back in town. You guys don't know, KJ is no longer with us in the state of Florida. He is now among the Northerners in the DMV area. And so far, he's loving life. Listen, the intricacies may be tedious, right? But ultimately, he's loving life, right? But ultimately comes is a greater prosperation in life.
Yes.
So eventually, he will be loving life, right? The way that everybody that got a birthday yesterday and today should be loving life right now, because you had another birthday that passed, right? And anytime that you have another birthday that passed, that is always cause for a little celebration, right? I got my mini me right here. I'm gonna take a couple of passes, right? You puffing and passing today? That's all I got. I got mini me today. Oh, mini me today. You never know. You know where it's at. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. But for my birthday people, let's go ahead and get it, right? Because, yeah, it's your birthday. We say it's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Because it's your birthday. We sing happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. All right, folks. What first birthdays we got to celebrate are the birthdays for yesterday. That is November 21st. So first I want to say happy birthday to a homegirl of mine, Keely Moore. Actually, look at that. Speaking of her, she just reacted. So she may be seeing this live. She actually may be here catching it all together. So I want to say happy birthday to my homegirl, Keely live. I hope you got over that sore throat. I know you was a little sick a couple weeks ago. Sorry, inside joke. Right, yeah. Oh yeah, she's watching. I see the comments spilling in. So I want to say happy birthday to Keely, right? Also, wait. You're not ready to move on yet. You know you're supposed to do that, DJ MyT. Right? Also, for the 22nd, I have a birthday for another homegirl of mine, Aisha Dagan. She was a former battle buddy of mine. I think we were stationed together in South Carolina. It was very brief, but very fun and very memorable. So we got another, and that's actually her birthday today. And that's the only two birthdays we have in the room today. So to Keely and to Aisha, right? Come close. We want to wish you both a happy birthday. We hope you party hard. You enjoy everything. You regret nothing. If you step out this weekend or this week, you flex on these hoes and you continue to stay MyT. Birthdays. J MyT, go ahead and cut that. You know what's funny? I know I saw that she was responding, but I don't see the responses right here. Like they should be like right here. What's going on here? How come I'm not seeing them? Where is she responding at? Is she on the page? Is that where it's at? Is that where it's coming from? Wait. Oh, wait. All right. I'm not seeing it, but I saw it there, though. I definitely saw it there. Wait, let me see. Your replies, live chats, overview. Wait, none of that shit? I swear. I think you guys be doing me greasy. I'm talking to Facebook right now. Facebook is doing me greasy because I'm not seeing the responses to people where I'm supposed to be seeing them at. If it was Instagram, I'll be seeing that shit. We're going to drink to that one. Because I did all that cheering. And not one time did I take any sips. Excuse me. I'll be back. It's really good. Bear with me a second. I haven't had a beer probably in a couple of days. Or it's just like the weekend. Give me a second. Yeah. That hit the spot. I'm sorry. That shit was good. Like I was having a beer fest.
Love affair over there.
I was having a beer fest moment. Like it feels so good when it hits your lips. Pause. Oh man. So you know what though? It's Wednesday. I know we should talk about a couple of in-season tournament games. We're gonna get into the in-season tournament games. Let's get into the big elephant.
Just greatness.
Let's get into the big sport in the room, right? Which is football.
Fuck Michigan.
Right? Ooh. that Harbaugh. We haven't even talked about the Harbaugh scandal because it's so fugazi to me.
True.
And normally if it was fugazi, I may even give it like a little holler here and there. It ain't because I'm like
the same shit that niggas been doing forever.
Now, if that dude was on their sidelines though, in shades, trying to blend in with the coaching staff, then I mean, is that really Michigan's fault or your fault? For just allowing
you don't know who's supposed to be in your coaching staff?
Like for you don't know who's supposed to be on your sidelines? Like who do you have? Like we're not even talking about like schools with like prominent celebrities where you could be like, yeah, we got so many people on our sidelines and we lose count. Nigga, there's 12 of y'all on the sideline. How you lose count? This is why I didn't want to talk about it. But there goes your 2 minutes of hardball. College. I want to talk a little Thursday night football because we got, in a weird way, right? Because we always had Thursday night games, right? But the Thursday night games originated here. This is the origin of the Thursday night game. Yes. This is what made NFL believe that if we do this every week, niggas may watch. And you know what? It don't not even have to be our best product. We've been dumping Detroit on them for 30 years.
And they still watch.
And they watched every year.
Acting like there's not a difference to it. Act like, maybe it's because today's a day where everybody's fucking off and just having a whole bunch of food being cooked and whatnot, and just any type of football motherfuckers watch on TV. But I digress.
They were taking advantage of people having the itis. Like, You where's the remote at? I don't even know. You gonna get up and change it? Man, I'm gonna chill right here. We gonna end up watching Detroit get their ass whipped again. Hey, how about some spades? Oh, you can move now.
Some more on them. That's somebody catch a 6 love.
Exactly. Or throw the dominoes down. Somebody can catch these L's for real.
Now all of a sudden niggas have the energy.
They start getting up looking for stuff like, but I can't.
I'm like, yo, I thought we was watching the game.
Still ain't find the remote though. So this is where it all originated. This Thursday, tomorrow is the granddaddy of Thursday night football games. If you grew up back in the 70s, if you've been a football fan since like the 70s, this is one of the intricate games that may have formed your fandom, because every year you knew you was getting Cowboys as well. Cowboys Detroit. You knew
one or the other, if not both.
You know what I mean? Like you knew you were getting them. So
the two should just fucking go play each other. That's what the fuck shit.
Right?
Just play each
Maybe even Washington a lot on this day. But so a lot of this generally formed. I think even Pittsburgh was heavy on this day too, at one point in time. So this day really helped form a lot of fandom, because this was the day before we had access to every team everywhere that we go at any given moment in time. And you just kind of had to watch it on how the NFL force-fed you the schedule and built the narrative or gave you their script. The script said that you watch Detroit on Thanksgiving. Now the script says you watch all of the horrible teams on Thursdays. But not this Thursday. We actually have at least 4 good teams out of the 6 playing.
Yes.
So it's not horrible. Right? And it's spread out enough that you're getting at least one good team each game to see if, hey, you know what? Let's see if Detroit in the first game, the 12:30 slot, right? Early. Mm-hmm. Right? Like we still cooking kind of stuff, right? Like things are still heating up, kitchen is popping. You may have a few people, not everybody over, but a few people that's helping regulate the kitchen and bring some, maybe they're already definitely sauced up already. And we get Detroit and Green Bay. Detroit and Green Bay. Nice rivalry. Detroit is a 7.5 point favorite. That's how that reads, right? 7.5 point favorite, right? Negative 0.75, right? Yep. All right. Detroit's a 7.5 point favorite. And if you're a Detroit fan, you may have fell over your chair when you saw this. Because in the history of niggerdom, you probably can't remember the last time you saw Detroit a favorite on Thanksgiving Day. I mean, it's facts. The Detroit has been the whooping boy of Thanksgiving. Like, if we had to categorize, right, teams into people, places, or things, right, or a certain now, Detroit has been the turkey. Every year getting slaughtered, carved up, dressing all over it, stuffed.
John Madden's turducken.
Gobbled up every single Thanksgiving.
Shout out to Madden.
Carved up by Washington and Dallas's and all kinds of teams. Like this year, you're just lucky that Aaron, because I don't think Aaron Rodgers is injured if he's playing for Green Bay. I mean, let me start there, right? But let's not open up that rabbit hole. But
Let's not rope.
But because I was gonna say, you guys are just lucky that Green Bay isn't that Aaron Rodgers ain't with Green Bay this year, because you wouldn't even be a favorite. It'll be another year of same shit, different Detroit. SSDD.
SSDT.
Normally for same shit, different day, but
Same shit, different Detroit.
But this year, it's really a different Detroit. This Detroit comes in here off of. This is their second full year of momentum. So you're talking about a year and a half of momentum, right? They've been finding themselves under their new head coach Dan Campbell. It started 2 years ago, right? Season started off rough. Second half of the season was one of the best teams in the league, if not the best team in the league. You wondered if that momentum was going to carry over. It carried over last year, right? They started finding no momentum a little bit last year. They didn't quite get where they meant, but you could see the progress. And now this year, here they are and winning their division. Actually, one of the teams that I picked here to win their division. Somewhere here, division. We picked Detroit to win their division here on the podcast, beginning of the season. Boom. It's further over here. This is when I had to remember it. I keep checking on it every quarter. I keep wanting to see how it was. At the end of 5 weeks, we were spot on. Every team that we thought was gonna make we win in their division was leading their division after 5 weeks. And this is how I knew that shit was not gonna last through 19. Like if I have it right at 5 weeks, I'm like, there's no way
shit is coming.
It's gonna happen.
Shit was coming.
Like I knew it was gonna roller coaster come in and out. At the end of the year, I still probably expect these teams to be up top, even if they kind of roller coasted through the middle of the season. Not all of these teams are solid. Seattle, right?
Oh, you had Seattle?
I had. Hold on, I'll give it to you in a second. Hold on. Yeah, big pause. So, I had in the NFC, I had Detroit, I had Philly, I had Seattle, and I had Atlanta.
Whoa.
And then I had Jacksonville, Kansas City, Miami, and Baltimore.
Well, Baltimore.
And at the 5 weeks, that was how it looked. That was exactly how it looked at the end of the 5 weeks.
Well,
by week 9,
not the Seattle one though.
It wasn't that. It didn't look like that anymore. No.
After 5 weeks, San Francisco was undefeated.
Maybe that was the one that was no. I was spot on. Where was it at? Where we at? Damn it, I forgot. I didn't start circling that until that one, so I can easily find these stuff. I had to start be like, yo, I gotta easily start finding these things. Cause I know I'm gonna end up coming back and references this. I kind of know myself, but I'm like, I know I'm gonna reference this. Let me start circling these things. So that's why I did that. I'm like, when I go looking back, I gotta we gotta revisit some polls from last week. We got some polls that we were running. Like I wanted to know if fentanyl was cheaper than baby laxatives. It's just something I think about when I'm sitting alone. What? You have something to say? Like right now, you have something to say. Right now is the time to say it. Right now is not the time for you should be forever holding your pieces.
You got it. You got it. I don't even want to know how that came up. You got it.
No, I literally told you it's one of the things that I think about when I'm just sitting alone sometimes. Now, the origin behind it is because they're putting fentanyl on their cocaine these days. Right? And baby laxatives is what they used to use to cut their cocaine. And I'm like, so you want to kill your customers versus giving them the squirts? Like when you was giving the squirts, nobody had a problem. But now you niggas is like, oh, this shit is. And now you got no residual income. You got no repeat customer. First bad reaction, they think it's fentanyl. They test it at their local police station. Hey, cop, can you test this for me? I think I got a bad batch. Here, you test this one. I'm gonna test this one. 1 for you, 1 for me. 2 for you, 1, 2 for me. Here, 3 for you, 1, 2, 3 for me. You know that old Bugs Bunny ad. Like, and then they realized that shit was killing us. I'm curious. I really am curious if fentanyl is cheaper than baby laxatives? I got a 100% response. Yes. I also had put a poll out there, which I'm pretty sure is still the same now. Which career would you rather have? Kyrie Irving or Russell Westbrook's? Are you ready to answer that question? Are you ready to answer that question right now? You ready for something like that?
Well, we have other things we have to run through, but we can come back to that.
Okay.
Give me a little bit more time to think about it, but I'm pretty sure I'm pretty solid on the answer that I would.
Listen, I already knew what my answer was. I think you already knew who my answer is.
Come on, man.
Listen,
I mean, I may have been gone, but it's not like you went through some philosophical change and everything.
On Monday, I had to remind everybody how much I love LeBron James, how much of a LeBron James fan I am.
That you have him outside of the top 10 all time.
Was that it? You know what's so funny? You know what's so funny? You wasn't even here. Hold on. So, sorry, Instagram. You're not going to be a part of this. Start reading right here. Out loud.
Who the fuck asked that dumbass question?
Just start reading out.
Is Kobe a top 10 player all time?
It's a setup. Don't get mad.
And then somebody had the nerve to say no. I'm already annoyed this shit at the first two messages.
It's only three of us in there. Read it out loud. Come on. Without even knowing.
Kobe a top 10? You gotta understand this shit. Questions like that make my stomach turn. This is my favorite player ever. Next to him, Melo. Ugh.
I'm so glad this happened without even knowing this happened.
God
I'm
damn
glad. I'm glad this happened the way it did. Come on, read it out loud. Let's hit the listings and everything. Come on, read it out loud.
Is Kobe a top 10 player of all time? No. Blasphemous. Absolutely blasphemous. Name 10 better all-time players. Damn, kind of hard to name 10 players better than Kobe, huh? He top 10, big bro. Stop the nonsense. LeBron, MJ, Wilt, Kareem, Shaq, Magic, Bird, Duncan, Hakeem, Oscar, Oscar and Bill Russell. Then Kobe. Foolishness. I got about 3 people that I would have Kobe ahead of off that list right there. But I digress. Kobe better than Bird, Magic, Duncan, and Hakeem.
Oh. That was the response to the list. The person responded. What did the person respond?
Mm-hmm. Kobe better than Bird, Magic, Duncan. That was the next message.
Okay.
And honestly, the only person that I would only decipher is Magic. But even that, I'm like, well, 20 years, 5 rings each. Who's the greater Laker between the two?
Played with AIDS. Y'all talking about Kobe? Y'all talking about LeBron at 38. Magic had AIDS when it killed everybody. When niggas didn't want you to sweat on them.
Niggas even want bro in the All-Star.
Because he thought you could catch AIDS through sweat and touching and looking and thinking. There was a time, folks. It was a dark era. Sorry, continue. My bad. Kobe ain't done yet.
Even though low-key, I would kind of put Kobe over Magic.
It's like I'm not here to discuss that. Anyway, I'm just waiting for you to get to my response.
Okay. All right, so stop it. Then blah, blah, blah. And Big O, blah, 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 blah. Funny, you have Kobe where I have LeBron.
Wait, 1 second. Go back. Count how many players he had on that list.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
And then Kobe, he said. What do I have, LeBron? I can't make this shit, but it works out this way. And then he goes on to say, oh yeah, that's pure hate. And I'm like, oh, it's a problem when you do it. When I do it, it's okay when you do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, now it's pure hate. He's like, Kobe was a better, and the other one person responds, Kobe was a better defender than Bird, Magic, and Oscar. And then the person that wrote the list says he doesn't have to be your number one, but he's not top three. If he's not in your top three, you're hating. Period. That's about LeBron. I just had to show you that. I just had to show you how because I mean, you're right. You know, when you write, you write. I don't have him on that. You know, it's what it is.
I hate it. I hate it.
It's not my fault.
I hate it.
Is that he went to the Lakers, right? And now when I judge him,
listen,
I also have to judge him now on being one of the greatest Lakers. And when I do that, like he just keeps falling down the list. Like I'm over here, like the logo, like, like so that's kind of what happens now too. Is that
I just hate when I'm in predicaments where I ever really have to defend LeBron James because, granted, I am not the biggest LeBron fan. I recognize what it is.
And I love LeBron James. I'm a fan. I am. LeBron, love you, B. Big fan. 20 years. Keep it going.
Yeah.
What? What?
Big fan.
Big fan. Huge.
Big fan.
Huge. Huge fan.
So all is forgiven
What's forgiven?
when they hijacked the Knicks game, put his high school game and whatnot instead.
Oh no, that's still there. No, that's not forgiven at all. Like that's still there. Like
But you love him. Big fan. Yeah. Yeah.
Why you had to bring up old
Yeah.
moves?
Yeah.
I can't.
You know who you're talking. You know, like I said, I've been gone, but come on. Yeah.
Oh man, you know what?
Yeah.
I need to send this to them.
Yeah.
Hold on. Tell them to call into the show with that energy that they have there.
About what?
And I really meant to send this to them earlier. Wait, do I not have it on here? Ew, I no longer have it on there. Okay, let's bring Podbean back. We got to get. Did I just see Mark and some other people? Hey, other people. Still a big fan. And like, listen, you'll see when we go around the league. I don't know why people doubt LeBron James.
There's only one reason you could be a big fan. Literally only one.
What?
For 2 words. Load management. That's the only reason you could be a big fan.
Nah, listen, man. LeBron James is this generation's GOAT. This is not his era, but he's this generation's GOAT. He's in Stephen Curry's era, but he is this generation's GOAT.
That doesn't say much. Have you seen how smart this generation is?
He's their GOAT. He's their king. Hey, Auntie.
That's why their kingdoms keep getting overtaken.
Oh man. Listen, I want to go back to talking football if we can.
Yes, I actually would love that.
Because I don't want LeBron James and my love for him, my like for him, my fandom of him to take over the show, because that happens sometimes. You know, he's just so great for this generation that I can't contain myself sometimes. It just sucks that this generation's great only makes you like 12 all time.
That's crazy.
What?
That is crazy.
But it's still 12 out of like 12,000.
That is wicked. Yo, do you not understand? Like, I really wish you'd say that on the right show. I'll be like, to what? I could care less because I really couldn't stand the nigga during the Kobe versus LeBron era because me being a diehard Kobe fan, would anybody ever even really try to jack this nigga Dame? Be like, yo, shut the fuck up. You son this nigga every time. Every time. He couldn't even make it to the fucking finals with his bitch ass. But now I'm over here defending him because you got him in fucking 12. What kind of fucking shit is that?
I hate when that happens. When I have to defend people I don't want to defend.
You know what I'm saying? Damn. Now I'd really be sick the day I have to come up in here and defend some cowboy Prescott shit.
So, speaking of, right? Since I don't like talking Cowboys anyway.
Exactly.
Since their
owner with Mr.
Jerry
Faggot Man.
Mr. Jerry Jones decided that he didn't want to use a perfect good opportunity to denounce racism.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Same with the Bills.
I want to tell these guys, hold on. Bring that energy to the podcast. Go ahead and click on that stream. Slide through. We can have this talk all day. All right. That's a whole lot better than typing. I'm going to start doing that more.
That shit's been saving me.
Oh, man. So
I've been voice typing. Came up perfect. Send. Wow.
It has been a good feature. It's like Thursdays should be a good feature of games, right? Like I said, we got Green Bay, Detroit. Green Bay doesn't have the luster that they used to have. They don't have Aaron Rodgers. Even a little spark that they had at the beginning of the season, Love was winning a few games. Now there's no love in the heart of the city anymore, right? You're better lucky that it's in Green Bay because they'll love you for regardless of what you do, just as long as you eat cheese. And this motherfucker been smiling everywhere, right? So they get to play Detroit. Let's go. What is their record? There's
8-2.
Okay, I was about to start off with a 7, but no, they are. Yeah, there it goes right there. They are 8-2, and the lonely Green Bay Packers, not the worst team in their division, same division, Bears. Right? But they're 4-6.
Shout out to the Bears,
right? Which is still a better record than the New York Giants. Just to have to kind of remind you guys that things aren't looking too well in New York.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. They made Saquon fight for that money. And then gave the $40 million to this nigga, Dan Jones. Why'd they do that? Why?
For the same reason why we're going to see 3 quarterbacks get picked in the first 3 picks, maybe even 4. And we'll be lucky if one of them end up being a good quarterback or being a better quarterback than the guy drafted number 76. Well, quarterbacks have it lucky, I swear. Like this whole you have to draft a quarterback high is like really makes you pick up so much trash. Like trash Wilson. I mean Zach Wilson. Like just so much trash and dead weight that you pick up, like Daniel Jones. Like you just pick
Daniel fucking Jones. $40 million, and I hated it from the moment it happened. Oh, it's with the market. Fuck the market.
Listen, they better be looking at. Listen,
fuck the market.
That $40 million is actually
pay my nigga Saquon.
It's actually the low end of it, in a weird ass way. So, since we're talking Saquon, we're talking Giants. Let's get back to that division. Let's get into that Washington Dallas game. They're gonna play at 4:30. If I'm not mistaken, Dallas is a 13.5 point.
Take the
favorite.
cover.
Right, a 13.5 point favorite in this game. Now, what I've been meaning to bring up about
points,
this is that
fans take the points.
And if you let and granted, because he plays in Dallas, this happens, right? So I'm not coddling him, right? There's no sympathy here, right? If you want sympathy for me, ever, unless I really personally know you and you really deserve this. But if you're any of the little people in my life, right, or anybody mainly, if you want sympathy for me, like it's real simple. Just pick up a dictionary and look between shit and syphilis, and you'll find sympathy. It's right there between those two words. I mean, the first time my uncle told me about that, I looked it up. It was right there, and it's been right there ever since the beginning of time. And that's why I've gone every time I want a little bit of sympathy.
Shout out to Unc, rest in peace.
No, that wasn't even that Unc, but yeah, goddamn. Yeah, Cinnabon. Rest in peace. Fuck. I expect you to do that. If you let the media, right, tell it, you would think that Dak Prescott has thrown the most interceptions this season, or even over the last 4 or 5 years.
Shit's wild to me.
It feels like it.
Shit's wild.
Based off of media hype, you would think that he is. But you know who that title belongs to?
Here's the crazy shit. He threw 17, granted, yes, 17 and 12 games, whatever. The year the Rams won the goddamn Super Bowl, you know how many interceptions Matthew Stafford threw that year? 18. I tell you, man, that narrative is crazy.
So because he's in Dallas, you swear he throws the most interceptions, especially for all of the top tier quarterbacks, but period. But he's not the league leader.
Nope.
And he has not been the league leader of the last 5 years.
Nope.
And you know what makes it even luckier from the person that it is that you play in New York, you just play in the wrong part of New York.
I know
Because if you were in the heart of the city, your heart would be broken.
Because they would get you.
Talk about icebox where my heart used to be, you'll be lucky to have an icebox there. Because the league leader for the last 5 years in interceptions is Josh Allen.
They would get you.
But we don't really hear about this because Josh Allen plays in Buffalo. He's damn near Canadian, eh?
Oh, look at the arm. Look at the arm talent. Look at the way he throws.
Like he's still considered a prospect. He's been in the league. How long has he been in the league? And he's still giving prospect vibes. He's still giving prospect passes. I think he came in a year after Dak, didn't he?
A year after Mahomes.
This was 2 years after Dak then, or 3 years after Dak. Two? Okay.
Yep. 2.
I just wanted to point that out because when these things pass my wire,
because the ass kissing is crazy,
and I know I don't particularly like Dallas either, but when this information passed by my listen, because it came through my wire, right? In a way, the question was presented to me: who's led the league in interceptions the last 5 years? Immediately, Dak Prescott. Let's beat what my first answer. Dak Prescott. Confident. I would have bet the house on it.
Sneaky Himbo would have got your ass.
Yes. I would have bet the house on it. You understand? I would have bet the house, my first kid, and 14 of my exes. You gotta add trade value to it. You know what I mean? That should have like 6-round picks. Right? Wait, not all of you. Not all of you. And you know who you are. You know who you are. A couple of you are full-blown second-round picks. I didn't marry any. That's why you're not the first-round pick. Like, it's not a knock on you. It's a knock on me. I misevaluated the talent. Hey, he's called me the Black Shannon Sharp. I swear for God, and 2 white men. Oh my goodness. So Dallas sits at a very interesting record of 7-3. Commanders are 4-7. Thought the Commanders were gonna be a little bit better this year. We really did. We really had a little bit more higher expectations for the Washington Commanders because of their defense, but still thought the struggle was gonna be real because same as your QB issue. You see what the records of teams with with good defenses and bad quarterbacks. Washington with a record of 4-7. Jets with a record of 4-6. Just kind of how
he's not even playing really bad. The problem is when he has his moments, it's like at the very worst times. I mean, think about it.
Are you talking about Washington, or you talking about Zach?
Washington.
Okay.
No, like,
Because you can say the same thing about Zach, but
no.
Washington.
Because
Okay, we talking Dallas. Washington. Let's keep it Washington. Yeah.
Because what I'm saying is,
I don't want to hijack.
Because what I'm saying is, pull up Sam Howell's numbers, like numbers for the year. I'll do it myself right now.
No, keep talking. I can pull it up while you talking.
No.
I don't want you to lose your thought process.
No, I won't lose my thought. I'm just pulling it all up right now.
Okay,
Sam Howell right now. Well, damn, I ain't gonna lie, he must have threw a lot of interceptions last game.
he like, you know what? These numbers ain't what I remember them to be.
2 weeks ago, I looked at this shit. The man had 7 interceptions. Now he have 12.
Well, yeah, he threw 3 last week against the Giants, and then 1 against the Patriots. That's 4 in the last. That's 4 in the last 3 weeks.
But I mean, like, you know, 295 over 442. That's definitely over 60% completion percentage. 3,338 yards, 18 touchdowns, 12 through 11 games.
88.4 passer rating.
With those 12 interceptions, Lord have mercy. But I would like to think if he was on a team that was more productive overall, maybe those interceptions would be down a little bit. The reason why I don't give Josh Allen that bypass is because
he's in his 14th year.
Not even just that. It's like you're on a team who's supposed to be in contention for Super Bowls.
You know what's happening
So you're out there throwing all these interceptions. That's crazy. At least this dude, most of his games, he's coming from behind and having to do too much. And also, that offensive line is out there playing matador protection, because I definitely have seen a couple games where opposing defenses get into double digits with sacks on him in one game. So that's fucking insane. Like, understand, people, if you don't watch football, understand, like, for an NFL quarterback to be sacked more than 7 times is like, bro, that's
in a game.
Listen, if
you get sacked 3 times in a game, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. So for that quarterback to have on 2 different occasions where he was sacked at least 10 times,
imagine catching a sack from 3 different people. You're a god. It's crazy.
Yo.
Okay, who do we got? Okay. So,
God damn, what the fuck is going on over there? Yo, Atlanta plays no defense. Hey, yo.
So you're right, because they
157 last game and now 145.
I'm going to say, because they had who they played? Well, they had like 150
Pacers.
points. Yes, had a 150 point game with the Pacers. Yeah, no defense goes on in Atlanta. That's the first thing I thought too when I saw that score.
It's just like the fucking strip club coming down to the arena. Everybody gets there
because the highest game besides that, well, I think it was like 125, 131 or some shit like that the other day. So they putting up 25 more points than the highest scoring game. Yet they have one of the worst records in the league. So
tell you something,
but
man.
they about to beat the Brooklyn Nets.
It's like the strip club in the
oh yeah,
arena.
they're about to beat them. Okay, we're gonna pop in on the Brooklyn Nets game real quick. We see if we can catch the end of that. See what happens before we leave. I'm not even surprised the Clippers are beating the Spurs. Like Wemby was good to see for the first couple of games, and now you just see he's a tall rookie, and he's to learn the game, and he's getting his ass whipped by everybody because everybody's coming after his weak ass.
Maybe James Harden needs to put him in a mix.
Oh, James Harden put him in a blender, had him looking like a celery stick.
Damn, James, fuck.
Last game of that evening. Wait, I was gonna say something. I was gonna mention something
about Washington, Dallas.
Actually, no, I forgot. It was about Washington, but it was a Jets point, and I didn't want it to hijack it. I didn't want to hijack it with the Jets point. But I was gonna basically just say, what you're saying about their quarterback is kind of what you can say about Zach Wilson. Is that when he looks bad, he's bad, and when he's good, he's good. There's no in between. There's no consistent.
Yeah.
There's no consistency of just like I can mediocrely get this done consistently throughout the game, and then when I need to make the big play, I make a good big play. It's either a good big play or a good big or bad big play.
It's like if only Sam Howell could play against the Eagles every game, because that's the only team he knows how to play super well.
Hey, if only the Jets can play the Eagles every game. We gave them their only loss. Can't believe Kansas City pulled that game out. I mean, Philadelphia pulled that game out. Hey yo, we was at Sharkies. If you was at Sharkies with me that on Friday, it was an event. It was a movie. Oh my God, we had the DJ set. What's going on, Cutler? We had the DJ set rocking up before the game started. Right, we was doing everything. Now, see, those same things, right, that they're talking about, right?
Watching that game and thinking about that game, I don't ever want to hear anybody discrediting the purpose of a number one receiver, like an actual number one wide receiver. I never want to hear it again.
Oh, game's over.
Travis Kelce doing what he does, great. I don't ever want to hear anybody devaluing the value of a true number one wide receiver, because god damn, yo, Valdez motherfucking Scantling.
This is also why he's like on his third team in 3 years.
Motherfucking Justin, whatever your name is. Even the fucking 4th down in 22, that was a zip right through his fucking hands. Ooh. If I hear anybody ever try to devalue the value of a number one wide receiver again, if Chilwell was
I want to see this game. I want to see this
Chilwell
game.
don't want to pay nobody.
I'm petty.
Chilwell's a cheap ass chump. Chilwell don't want to pay nobody. So I'm pretty sure he probably agrees with the side of not wanting to have the true number one wide receiver, whatnot.
Nah, Chilwell isn't that
drag that nigga.
Chilwell isn't that cheap.
No, he's cheap. He's cheap as hell. Anytime we talk about somebody getting paid, he got shit on it. Whether it's a running back, a wide receiver, a quarterback.
Okay, so we have a couple of comments. You guys are saying that these QBs are suck, but I'm not saying to give Cam a chance, Cap a chance, or RG3 a chance, because their chances are past. I'm sorry.
Come on, man.
And honestly, that was like 3 years ago.
Cut it out.
Like honestly,
cut it out. Please.
Like I feel you.
Stop.
I feel you.
No. There's no I feel you. No. There's no I feel you. There's no
I can see the theme.
The moral. I get it. But in terms of on the field production, all three of them, get them out of here.
We're past.
Get them out of here.
With three,
get them out of here.
Not only that,
I've seen Kaepernick on the goddamn field since 2016. That's 7 years ago.
Like, you're 3 years too late for me to make this a topic today on the podcast.
And Cam Newton, last time I saw there were a couple games this man was out here going 3 for 18.
Apparently,
what kind of shit is that? Get the fuck out of here.
Listen,
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Let's tell one truth about Colin Kaepernick. Before Colin Kaepernick was taking the knee, his play was already starting to decline.
Yes.
Now had it declined to the point where you could say that he may not deserve a second chance, like on another team, like a Geno Smith.
Not at all.
But
the fact that it's been 7 goddamn years,
he already had lost his starting job by the time that shit had happened. Remember, we saw him taking a kneel on the bench.
Like, I'm not even trying to be an asshole, but it's like, yo, like 7 years since he played, I saw Cam in New England. That shit was garbage. I saw him go back to Carolina. I said, yo, please get him off the field for his own sake of his career, so people don't even remember this shit. That's how bad that was. And as of RG3, man, once that knee was shattered, he tried to come. That shit was shot since 2013, 2014. Like, cut it out. Cut it out.
And none of these guys are even relevant enough anymore.
For real.
Like RG3 is happy.
RG3 is doing his thing on ESPN.
For real.
Let him
He's
be.
He's over here racing Dabo Sweeney. Like
this nigga Cam just started up I Am Athlete with Brandon Marshall, the rebirth of it, because I guess Brandon Marshall was going through some crazy shit once again. Why does that not surprise me? He had mental things going on his whole goddamn NFL career, so he probably just had another episode. I Am Athlete was probably failing after it was booming during COVID on some MC Hammer shit. First it was all good, now it's all gone. So now he's doing that with him. And as far as Colin goes, I'm like, yo, like,
and to be honest with you, like, okay, and let's also bring up something else too. Cam Newton, like, damn it, I hate you. You gonna get 3 minutes. Cam Newton, RG3, and Colin Kaepernick are no longer the same people you remember.
No.
In their heyday.
No.
While you saw them playing, you saw them fall out of their prime. That made them spectacular, is what I'm saying. RG3 got...
It was quick.
RG3 got...
It was quick, too.
RG3 got knocked out of the league. Got knocked out of the league.
Like, think about it right now.
Cam Newton eventually got knocked out of the league, right? And Colin Kaepernick just ended up sucking.
Think about it. What was Colin Kaepernick's finest hour?
That year he made it to the Super Bowl.
And that was the year he just got in. That was his finest hour. His finest hour was that Green Bay Packers game when he went for 2-8, when he went for almost 300-yard passing and 180 yards rushing in the same game. And that was his finest hour.
Okay.
Cam, but his finest hour was that MVP season in 2015.
But let me also say this. What I'm trying to say is that these guys no longer have the
athleticism. They don't have it no more.
The athleticism, nor the speed that made these guys dynamic. These three people you're naming specifically, they never had they never really had the football IQ to last as long as an Aaron Rodgers, a Peyton Manning, or a Tom Brady, or to work past their prime years like an Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, or Peyton Manning could. They're a different kind of quarterback. These are quarterbacks that rely on their legs and their athleticism. And once they can no longer benefit from that, they basically became unserviceable. We have current versions of them in the NFL already. And if those guys can be touched, not all the time caught, but if those guys can be touched regularly, what do you want with these old fuddy-duddies? In sports terms.
Mind you, the speed that those guys had at that time,
they don't have anymore. It's slow now.
It's not even exactly that speed in
average.
2023. Yeah, that is average. You got defensive linemen out here running 4.5s and 4.4s. Linebackers out there running 4.4s and 4.3s. Yeah, so
unless I'm bringing
absolutely not.
So unless I'm bringing in Cam Newton as a backup quarterback,
you better be a precise passer of the football. Fuck that running around shit. That shit's not cutting it. You need it, but if you can't sit back there and throw from that damn pocket, out of here, man. And in that Aaron Rodgers comment right there, that's asinine, because what the hell has Aaron Rodgers done within the last few years? Won back-to-back MVPs. So cut the crap. With all due respect.
Happy? I think it's been longer than 3. All right. So, next up, coming at that night, topping it all off, we got San Francisco and Seattle. This is probably the best game of the night.
And obviously it's prime time. That late. I'm mad it's that
8:30?
I'm mad it's that late. But bro,
what you guys should do?
Well, bro, by 8:30, the itis is kicked in. You already knee deep. You either already knee deep in the dominoes or already with the fam drinking and shit.
Or half asleep already, struggling, bobbing the head.
If anything, put the goddamn Dallas game at 8:30. Put that game at 8:30 and put the Seattle San Francisco game at 4:30. Because like you said, that's the best game. That actually matters for first place in the division right now.
Current standings right now between Seattle and San Francisco. We have San Francisco sitting at 7-3 and Seattle sitting at 6-4. Tell you, see, just based off of how I picked my division things, I feel like I should pick Seattle to win this game. I really should. I really just because I'm picking for my early picks for the division leaders. But if I had to pick this, pick this off of GP, right, off of what I see here, I'm going with the odd makers. The odd makers have San Francisco as a 7-point favorite
on the road
by a whole touchdown
on the road, 7.5 on the road.
You know what?
That's crazy.
I normally don't talk like this, right? Because this kind of talk is beyond my level of expertise.
That's crazy.
But I have
no faith in Seattle.
I'm going with Seattle to cover. Like, they still got Geno, don't they? And Pete Carroll.
That's the thing. Geno hasn't been confirmed because he got the elbow.
They still got DK Metcalf?
What does DK Metcalf matter if they put the backup quarterback? You saw the backup quarterback come up in there last week and fuck the game over for them.
Yeah. Listen, I've spent the whole year watching my backup quarterback play. It's not good when you have to have your backup quarterback play. And then you lose your backup quarterback. And now you're on your third string quarterback. Redred.
So those are sore topics.
Shit is salty in New York right now. Like, how are we in the same scenario?
What you mean? How are we in the same scenario?
We're both on our third string quarterbacks.
Bro, them bitch ass.
We both got decent running backs.
Bitch ass niggas in Pittsburgh just not getting it done. I'm mad. Them niggas are 6-4. I'm mad, and these motherfuckers are 6-4. I was out here.
Wait, I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Giants.
Oh, fuck these fuckers.
I'm talking about the Giants on their third string quarterback.
Oh Lord! Shout out to Tommy DeVito. At least he got a win. He got a win.
Unless he did get a win. Well, you know what's so funny though, right? Hearing everybody talk about DeVito suddenly, right? Over the last couple of days.
Media is shit. Social media is shit.
I'm talking about the callers though. Even the callers.
All it takes is one fucking win, and it's like, oh my god. We totally forgot that you looked like you didn't even know what the hell you was doing against Dallas a week prior.
But you know the people that did call though, the people that's like, see, this is why you ain't need to give Daniel Jones got $40 million.
So one game. Supposed to prove is what was supposed to prove that.
That's
one game was what was supposed to prove that. All right. This is why we can't just be having these randoms just coming out here talking on television, talking on radio.
Now
that shit's unbelievable.
Let's move on from Thursday. I think we good on Thursday, right?
Mm-hmm.
We also got a Black Friday game, the first ever Black Friday game they call it, right? And this game is no longer has the same steam that it had a couple weeks ago. It doesn't have the same steam that it had when Amazon bought this game. Right? Because imagine this game was supposed to be Aaron Rodgers versus Tua got a tongue twister. Instead, we're seeing Tua got a tongue twister, the 7-3 Miami Dolphins,
who can't beat good teams.
The Miami Dolphins, who have beaten every team under 500 that they've played, versus a New York Giants team who has only beaten good teams, and they can't beat a bad. I'm sorry, the worst team they beat was Denver. That was the worst team they beat. Is when Denver was going through their crash. I think recently Denver's won. What are they? Denver's won 4 straight games in a row.
Didn't they win again this past week too?
Have I not refreshed my page? Hold on.
Oh, my tripping.
Let me see. Wait, let me make sure. Still 7-3. Still a thing. 4 straight games. 4 straight wins. Yeah, so they're 4-1 in their last 5. So they went from 1-5 to 5-5. Suddenly, Russ can cook. Suddenly, Russ found the seasoning cabinet. Right? He looked in there and he was like, "Oh shit! There goes my Old Bay." Poured it into the season, into his cooking, and now instead of looking like
trash man,
I don't know. You want to call him the trash man? I was just gonna call him
Mr. Limited.
Right? Instead of looking like that guy, he's actually started looking a little bit more like
Mr. Unlimited.
Right? He's brought a little bit of that back in him. Don't get stabbed, right? But he's got a little bit of that back in him. He's looking like he's the one again. So funny.
Oh God. Mr. Limit.
Oh, I had that since last year. I had to dice that up. Yo. I'm sorry. Last year, and for the first,
I'm still remembering the actual video.
Mr. Limited.
He's like, every once in a while, everybody got their alter egos, and I had to think about myself, like what if I had an alter ego, if I had another personality, like who would I be? And you know what I came up with? I said I could be
Mr. Unlimited.
It's like you gotta be unlimited.
I wonder if this motherfucker goes back and watches some of them shits that he.
Oh, man, hilarious!
Because I'm pretty sure Sierra lays up every now and then, probably.
Yo,
you see this shit that you actually posted a year ago?
You know what's the funniest thing? The funniest game I've heard on radio. Is it ChatGPT or Russell Wilson?
Wait, what?
So they go for these, give me generic football quotes in ChatGPT, and they start giving you a whole bunch of quotes. And it's the best game I've heard on radio. Is this ChatGPT or Russell Wilson? And people have a hard time distinguishing the two because Russell Wilson gives the most generic football answers ever.
Yeah. His PR people love him.
And guess who plays this game?
His PR people love him.
I love me some Bart Scott. I'm telling you guys. He's the best thing on the radio. He's a radio gem. I tell you, Bart Scott will eventually end up being
These niggas do
the
not
next Charles
like
Barkley. We are not gonna give a fuck about when it comes to Bart Scott. He gonna get that pass. He ain't have no rings to get that pass. He gonna get that pass. Now the Jets aren't gonna get a pass when they get their ass whooping. Because when it comes to this game, it's not even so much the game I'm curious in. I'm curious about all of the other things, right? I'm curious about the possibility of in-game purchasing. We've talked about this already on the podcast several times, right? Where I want to see if, while the game is on, if they're going to stop popping up, oh, look at Odell Beckham. Oh, Odell Beckham played for none of these teams. But look at the cheetah shoes. You can buy this right now. Here, click on the QR code. Bam, takes you right to Amazon for the shoes. You know what I mean? Or here goes this jerk. Like, what I really end up wanting to see, right? Because not so much for Black Friday, right? Because for Black Friday, I also expect to see some Black Friday sales pop up on the screen. Hey, the TV. Hey, this radio. Hey, this Beats by Dre headset, right? Like they start, hey, this Michelin tool set, right? Mm-hmm. While I don't expect to see like in-game purchases for items for the game, I expect to see Black Friday items pop up on an in-screen purchasing section. So that's why I'm watching. Actually, I'm not really so much watching the game. I'm watching to see what kind of presentation they're gonna put on. Because as I mentioned before, because if I'm Amazon, what I start preparing for if I'm gonna have these Thursday night games is that for Thursday night, I start asking for alternative jerseys. Every Thursday night needs to have alternative jerseys. And during that game, I pop a little QR code to sell jerseys during that game.
If you're smart.
Same thing I think about the in-season tournament. Sell the in-season tournament to Amazon, and while they're playing those games, you can start buying those custom jerseys that they have. It's just how I kind of see this going. So we have Miami and the Jets. Like I said, Miami is 7-3. The Jets are 4-6. The New York Jets currently. Before I get there, the odds right now are 9.5. We have the Jets as a 9.5 underdog, and I'm telling you right now,
Jets cover.
I would pick them to cover too. Jets cover. Now I know that the Jets have benched Zach Wilson.
Jets cover.
And they're bringing in Tim Boyle.
Cover.
So, while I'm still kind of iffy about the cover.
The South Florida team in the cold cover.
Right? I'm still kind of iffy about the cover. What I am almost 100% sure about is that you should
the MyT Fantasy Football Tips. Not winning tips, just tips. Just the tip? Just the tip! Just the tip!
Let's just say what I want involves much more than just the tips. Just the tips.
Shit.
What I want is much more than just the tips.
I forgot I invited people to the show and then they look for them. See if they pop up in here. If you have Garrett Wilson in your fantasy
bench,
this is the week to actually play him.
Yes.
Because Tim Boyle because he's not been here often, he's going to go for the crutch. The crutch in this scenario is going to be Garrett Wilson. Expect Garrett Wilson to get 12 targets. We saw the same thing. We saw a similar thing from him when he had to take over in Dallas. We saw for that one game, CeeDee Lamb's numbers explode because he was the guy. He was the number one guy. He knew that. Okay, as far as I know, I'm gonna do what a smart quarterback should. If I think he's open, I'm going to throw it in his vicinity and make him make a play. If I see one-on-one coverage and I think it's one-on-one, even if I didn't see the safety up over the top, I'm going to throw it in his direction. I'm going to let him make a play. So my fantasy football tip for you this week is go ahead and make sure you started Gary Wilson. I know for the last couple of weeks he's been kind of disappointed. It actually worked in my favor because the person I was playing against had him. It was Mark. And I knew I was going to whoop Mark's ass. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why, and I hope you're still watching, Mark, right? He had way too many Jets, Dolphins, and Cowboys on his team. Too many Urkels on your team. That's why your win's low.
No justice.
Like that's what happened. I was looking at they showed the map, they showed the projected score in the beginning. I'm like, oh, this may be a close game. Then I looked at his roster and I'm like, Gary Wilson, this person. I'm like, yeah, he got. I can see this.
Waxed.
I look at this now. I'm like, I know you didn't draft this way, even I think you kind of did. But you could tell this is no research. This is let me pick players from my top from the top 3 of my 15 favorite teams. Right? So he went with the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Cowboys. That is literally
lazy.
75% of his team. I was like, I'm whooping his ass. Garrett Wilson started. I was like, damn, I know I got the Jets defense. It was the only way I could go. If I had to pick a Jets, I was like, I'm going with the defense. Actually, I ain't gonna lie. I picked Dalvin Cook in the beginning of the season, and I quickly released him. I thought he was gonna be like a good flex player, maybe like a backup option. He was
trash.
Never caught a spark. He went. Actually, I can honestly say he went to the Russell Wilson school of cooking because Dalvin cooking was trash. Basura. We're talking about
return to sender.
We're talking about no seasoning on the chicken, pure white. So Dak is getting benched by Tim Boyle, right? We have this game. I don't know about the cover, right? Because this is one of those games. You expect the division rivalry to be played hard, but how hard is this division rivalry going to be played for Tim Boyle? Now, the good thing about this, why you should expect it to possibly cover, it's kind of the
hot weather team in the
who did they get? Who came in last year? Mike White, right? It's a change in pace. It's a change in motivation. These guys were kind of down on themselves, right? You can see them getting lethargic. You see them getting upset and getting frustrated. This is an injection of life. Tim Boyle is an adrenaline shot. Straight to the heart. Like, oh my God, I need you to come over. Like the broad passed out in my living room. What you mean she passed out? She passed out in my living room. I gave her a little bit of cocaine and she passed out. Right? Like that's what that is. Right? We're talking Pulp Fiction over here. Like I'm crashing through your front door. We're picking up Tim Boyle. We're giving this team an adrenaline injection straight to the heart, and we're gonna see if we can breathe a little life into this team and get a dub over the Miami Dolphins. Because if they do win, that's the only way they win. And when they win that way, I'm gonna come back and tell you, told you something. Cause I'm picking the Jets to win, straight up. Cause that's my heart pick. That's my heart pick. But I already gave you every reason not to pick him. That's my heart pick. Because that's my heart pick. It's my heart beat. It's my heart. It's just really like for all you Jets fans, Jets radio personnel, I understand why you guys have to over exaggerate every little thing. But for the Jets fans, let me just bring this back to you. You've had 10 games of what's the word?
Bullshit.
No. That's not even the word. No. You've had 10 games of no expectations. Don't let them fool you. Remember how we talked about Detroit, or we talked about Buffalo earlier, Dallas, we talked about markets Markets matter here. You are playing with your backup quarterback. Every win was Church's money. Every loss was to be expected. Well, even when we were 500, and they were like, "Oh my God, we can make the playoffs." Yeah, we can. When we fill out the playoffs, this is the worst thing in the world. The Jets are out of the playoffs and a lot. Well, never expected to make the playoffs. When we in the playoff hunt, yeah, we were happy. We're gonna be like, "Oh shit, look at us." Because every win should be celebrated. Every win should be celebrated because you expect to have no wins. The quarterback that was playing the game, you benched him to start this season for an old 39-year-old. You said, "I'd rather have your old ass than this young fucker fucking up the place. Sit back, learn for 2 years, and then maybe we'll think about giving you a shot." That was the plan. And the moment the ink dried on the plan got burnt up. Expectations changed. I don't care if it took the Jets 6 weeks to change the offense. Expectations changed. I don't care if you guys kept on feeling that the Jets should be a playoff team. Nah, expectations changed. I know Barack is no longer in office, but understand change is good, and change is what happened the moment Aaron Rodgers went down. So, how do I feel about them being 4-6? Thought it was gonna be I thought it was gonna be 1-9. After they beat Buffalo, actually, after Aaron Rodgers went down, didn't even think they were gonna beat Buffalo. How the hell we beat Kansas City, I don't know. The fact that we stole one from Philly, fly, Eagles fly. ESLEP, go Eagles. We should have beat Kansas City, and we caught Russell when he forgot how to cook. Yes.
Factual statements.
Because if we had Aaron Rodgers, you know what our record would probably be? It would probably look like a team. It would probably be something similar to the team that has beaten every team of below 500. It will look probably similar to that. It will probably look very similar to the team that has only lost games against teams above 500. Facts. Getting the fact checked over here. I didn't even know I had a fact checker on over here. We got a fact checker over here. So once again, I catch myself because I listen to too much sports talk radio. I listen to way too much podcast, and I happen to hear you guys be distraught, be angry, like want to change the head coach, want to change the general manager that just brought in this draft class. You want to change them. A head coach that for the last 2 years has generated a top 5 defense. Now, granted, he don't know how to develop a quarterback for shit, but how many quarterbacks know how to develop a quarterback? Seriously, no. Don't answer that yet. Let me finish. How many quarterbacks can really how many coaches can really develop a quarterback? Because think about how many of them hide behind the I need to go ahead and draft my quarterback and have my guy in here. And even after they draft their guy, they still do nothing. Because if you were a good coach, you could have developed anybody, whether they're your guy or not. I.e. Shanahan's. I.e. Carroll. I.e. Why don't you run that play again with these chicken nuggets? You understand? He's running plays with chicken nuggets and y'all can't beat him. Andy Reid. When I think about the good coaches in this league, these are the 3 names that pop to my mind. These are the 3 guys I've seen do with any quarterback put in front of them. Good, bad, ugly, indifferent, crippled, or sane. Or insane, I'm sorry. Like you saying, at this point in time, I'm just mad that these guys never got Jamarcus Russell, because the narrative on him would have been different. Since you're going back there, you mind going to the garage and grabbing me the beer out there back fridge? Yeah, there's only one left. So when it comes to this Black Friday game, I don't care about production, right? I don't care about. I don't want to say production. I don't care. I don't care about production. I stay with the jokes. Thank you, Keely. Like I said, I have no sense whatsoever. What? This game tomorrow. This game on Friday for the New York Jets. Because I'm gonna be watching to see the motivation level of the players. I expect early on the energy level to be high. I don't fully anticipate a W. I'm not giving my hopes up and not changing my day, my mood if they don't win this game. Do I think Al Salah, not Al, he's Robert. See, Robert or Al? Shit. Always get these two people confused. But Rob Salah may not be a good all-around coach, and there isn't a lot of them in the league. Most coaches kind of specialize on one side of the field. Because they usually come up with a special teams background, offensive coordinator background, or defensive coordinator background. That's usually what most of these guys coming through. And then they learn the management part. And usually what you end up finding out, right, more times than not, their area of expertise usually ends up being the best portion of the team that they just took over as a head coach. That's no coinky dink. So if all of a sudden, if this guy that was a defensive coach, head coach, special teams coach, takes over as a head coaching job, and now that team's defense goes from 31st to 2nd, he's a bad coach because he can't get the offense up? He's a bad coach because he can't. If that special teams coach that gets a coaching job, you understand? He builds up what he knows how to build up first. Also, he builds up where people will listen to him the most. Let's not forget that. How often is the offensive player going to buy into what the coach is saying when he knows he's a defensive coach? He may look at him like, you don't really know what you're talking about in all these schemes. But that defensive player buys in 100% because he knows what kind of coach he was. So the defense benefits, but the offense slacks. And then you end up seeing the holes in your coaching game. Okay, he needs to learn how to develop an offense. Oh, no, even worse. They need to learn how to develop a quarterback. But is that the head coach's job? Or head coach's fault? Or is that the people? Or of course, it falls back on the head coach. Or is that the guy that's supposed to be developing that quarterback? What about who's the quarterback coach? Every quarterback has a coach. Who's the quarterback coach? Who's the offensive coordinator? Who's the person that is responsible for the development of the quarterback? Because that's not the head coach's job. The head coach's job is to manage the team. There you go. So in managing the team, he's supposed to hire that personnel to big them up. So when we see the offensive coordinator is going, no, he's not fired as a scapegoat. You didn't develop him. At least enough to make me, the head coach, look good as a defensive coordinator head coach. Believe it or not, we're seeing Bill Belichick with the same issue. Because we're realizing while he managed the defense, Tom Brady managed the offense. I'm going to let you guys sit and marinate on that.
Yeah, you got to let that one breathe. You got to let that one breathe on that.
So, is Rob Salah one of the top 3 coaches in the league? No.
Absolutely not.
Because he's only 3 of them. If I had to judge him based off of just defense, he's doing a great job. Judge him based off of the head coaching job altogether, it's not bad. Granted, the situation. Have you heard about this team quitting on him? Have you heard about the locker room turning? Do you hear guys about the mutiny? If anything, they turn on the quarterback. If anything, they haven't turned on the coach, coaching staff, the belief system. No, they still believe they're getting the information they need. And plus, I have to mention, another reason why this team is kind of optimistic. They know at the other side of this rainbow is Aaron freaking Rodgers.
One day.
We're going to see him in green.
One day.
We'll see Brett Favre behind bars. Didn't expect that one? You know what? Let's go ahead and take a break, right? And let's go ahead and prepare you guys for some more unexpected, right? Because you don't want to have any unexpected failures in your life. I mean, so
God. I was not expecting the Brett Favre strain. Oh, Jesus. Help me, please.
you did that. Believe it or not, you did that. Whatever you said took me down the road of Brett Favre needed to be locked the fuck up.
All I said was one day. That is all I said. All I said was one day.
It started with the green. And then,
No,
and then I
but
started
that's what you...
and then I was thinking about Green Bay quarterbacks and what they should be wearing in the future. You know, former Green Bay quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers should be wearing gang green, and Brett Favre should be wearing pinstripes. Or orange. That's a new black, right? He should be wearing an orange jumpsuit. At least.
So
because
you basically just told on yourself. But
what I do?
You told on yourself that it was you who...
Oh.
That it wasn't me.
But when you said one day, that's how Brett Favre got in here. Because one day we will see Brett Favre back in uniform. One day he will be held accountable by stealing government funds that was supposed to go to impoverished youth so he could build a golf course. One day him and that governor will share a cell. Until that day, we would just very subtly keep reminding you that Brett Favre runs free after defrauding the government of thousands, if not millions of dollars. Government, state money. I'm just waiting for the state versus Favre or Favre.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna bring in what's her name, something about Mary. I wonder if they're gonna bring her in to testify. You think that he showed her his cock?
What?
You think he flashed her? I think he flashed Mary. Cameron Diaz, that's her name? I mean, listen, Brett Favre was doing it way before Deshaun Watson. Before Deshaun Watson was over here trying to get happy and showing people his dick. Like that was Brett Favre.
He sure did. Back that year, he was with the Jets out here taking pictures of the wang and sending it to people.
For real.
Freak man. Yeah.
He's like, hey, look what you did to me. I was thinking about that massage you gave me, and I was like, damn, girl. He's like, sir, that is unprofessional. For anything less than $100,000. Shout out to Cassie. All right, so actually, speaking of, look what's the next topic. You know,
new freak man.
Before we talk about all of these
yeah,
freaks, let's make sure that we unlock your inner freak, right? And you can unlock your inner freak with just a little bit of Blue Chew. What is Blue Chew? You ask. Blue Chew just happens to be a little blue pill that can get you back your throat. All you have to do is open up a pack and head straight to the sack. Just Gangnam style. Just a few chews before you do. It has the same active ingredients, the very same active ingredients, keywords here, as Viagra and Cialis. Right? Right? So this is one opportunity that you just can't miss. For a very low cost, like free. You can beat it up like a boss, and she will love how you come through like a champ, Mike Tyson, when you beat it up in advance. And if you use my promo code of GSSS, that's not only the sound that she will be making all over the place, but you will also get your first order of Blue Chew for free. Just go to the website, bluechew.com/, promo code GSSS, or just click on the QR code currently on your screen and you'll be able to get your free order of Blue Chew today. It comes in very discreet packaging, so you don't have to worry about when it's just the holiday time. Like, oh my God, like everybody's it's the packaging. They gonna see it. They won't even know. But you know who will know? The missus that's got to get that present you're about to give her. It's my dick in the box. It's my dick in the box, girl. So it doesn't matter what style that you're into, whether that's dick in the box style, whether she gets stuck in whether she gets stuck in the couch, stuck in the dryer, right? Whether it's doggy style, froggy style. Shout out to Draymond Green and Baby Boy, right? Sherman reacts to Aaron Rodgers planning to return from Achilles injury on Christmas Eve. I'll go back. I'm not surprised. Right? But she will be surprised when you beat it up all night long, champ. Because all them things that you said you was going to do in her DMs, do that shit with Blue Chew. Because with Blue Chew, there's only two things you need to worry about. You chew it, and then you do it. How long you do it is up to you. Whether you just want to do it well like LL Cool J, or you want to do it all night long like you're Lionel Richie. There's a Blue Chew for you.
Coach, I need the saying again.
Blue Chew. Chew it and do it. All night long, all night, yeah. All night long, all night, yeah.
Because you play to win the game.
Because everyone you meet is fucking in the street all night long, all night, yeah. Oh, that's always how I sung that song in my head for some reason. Like there's this other song, like whoa, sometimes I get this feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never ever felt before. Whoa, it burns when I'm peeing, yeah.
I'm waiting for it the whole time. I'm like, how's this song gonna be ruined? How is this song gonna be ruined? And bam, just like that.
Listen, it's a good song. It's catchy. It has a good melody.
Birds with a P in.
Oh, hey, I get that. Hey, I've never had that feeling, but that's how I've always heard that song.
Oh my God.
Houston beats Memphis 111-91. The parade in Memphis is over. They're 3-11. They're out here losing to Villain Brooks. As he has gotten his Houston Rockets team to 7-6. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it looks like Houston Rockets is gonna be a perpetual 500 team this year. It looks like they could be a perpetual 500 team this year. Let's continue to move on. Let's see what else we have here. We got Charlotte. Of course, the team that needs an adult in the room beats the only other team that also needs a bigger adult in the room. Charlotte beats Washington 117-114. Jordan Poole's already on the trade block. We're going to talk about that when we go around the league. I don't want to talk about that right now. Let's actually talk. Let's get into the culture a little bit. Let's get into the culture, right?
Hey, yo.
Let's get into a little bit of Diddy.
Already on the trade block is crazy.
Let's get into a little bit of Diddy or Diddy not. All right? Puffy has been recently brought up on charges by Cassie, right? One of the quickest cases I've ever heard settled, right? And it had its... We talked about this on Monday, right? I'm not going to say she was after money because she went after him civilly. We discussed this on Monday already. There is a very big possibility that there's too much time to have passed to have prove and try a valid rape case. What lawyer is going to take a losing case? But they probably did advise her to go after him civilly, and that will probably help her get some closure, at least monetarily. Now, shortly after that, after she won her civil case, she also went after somebody else in Diddy's camp for also fostering that environment and that culture. So once she won that, she was like, oh, I beat him. I can go after some of these minions and get money off of these minion niggas he has.
Oh boy.
Now, once that happened, everything opened up on Diddy. It was like, yo, you go to one of these Diddy sex parties, and you might as well go to a Diddy bisexual party. With him and Fabulous, or him and other niggas is wrestling and tussling.
Nigga 50 Cent talking about this nigga offered to go take him shopping and whatnot. Like, hey, yo.
But you don't know Diddy. For all of these things that they're calling weird, I'm like, this has always been Diddy. Diddy's always been super controlling. He had a show about him being a control freak. So I can him seeing an up and coming artist be like, nah, you ain't dressed. I'll take you like, yo, let me show you how to do this. I'll take you shopping real quick. Cause that's Diddy. I got money to burn. I can do this for my New York niggas.
According to 50, that's not how he. That's not
now,
how he came across.
We also heard that he tried to blow up Kid Cudi's car for hollering at Cassie. He held somebody over the ledge for hollering at Cassie. We've heard him spaz on multiple artists over that. It's starting to come out now, all of Diddy's bad behaviors, right? Blowing up cars, hanging people over the edge. But let me ask you this. Somebody starts hollering at your broad. You don't yoke them up a little bit sometimes? This time it just happened to be by a ledge. I'm just saying. You know, like he dragged him out in the middle of the house like, hey, come here, nigga. Wrestling for 5 minutes. You looking at my girl? You tell me you looking at her. Is her ass fat?
He Morris Chestnut. Morris Chestnut, Tay Diggs in Best Man.
Now, we already talked, like, I didn't even know him and Cassie was dating. It explains how she got that one video now. And now, if the whole complaint, now she's complaining, right? And I guess there was some controlling there. Young, up-and-coming artist. She's probably impressionable, of age. Let's make sure we put that in there. There's no R. Kelly and Aaliyah. Like, because already...
Up-and-coming artist. Cassie, up-and-coming artist?
She was back then.
Oh, in 06. Okay.
Well, she was back then.
Yeah.
Right? So she's up-and-coming artist. She doesn't know the game. Right? She's listening to Diddy, her producer, whatever, into anything he did because he has produced artists. And then you have a love affair with him. And he's like, yeah, you suck this dick, I'll get you a video. Because she only ever had one video. And now because of that one video, he's out here.
Stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing.
Robert.
I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this.
I got him out here sounding like R. Kelly. Like all these accusations suddenly, right? Of violence, of Batiman things. Right? I don't know how to say it. Of violence and Batiman things. They all just coming out. Like now you hear interviews of people warning of the dating zone, like, yo, don't stay away from those puffy pod. Now I find that weird because I've never heard anybody ever say, hey, them Hugh Hefner parties, gotta stay away from them.
Those Michael Rubin parties, even though how wild and the suspect shit that I hear going on over there, nobody says to stay away from them.
Cause you're telling me that in the Playboy Mansion, it was all guy on girl action? Girl on girl action? You're telling me that this wasn't a safe place for a lot of what do you want to? Batiman
gays.
For a lot of Batiman them?
Batiman things.
For them to freely practice in their Batiman ways? Free of judgment, though. No, fully. But no, because this is weird to me, right? Because I'm not doubting that Diddy had this going on in his parties. What I'm saying is that how is this an issue when we knew Hugh Hefner had the same things for 80 years? You're not telling me Hugh Hefner or the dude from Hustler only had dudes smashing chicks, only had chicks smashing chicks. I guarantee you had some Star Wars going on there. You had niggas crossing lightsabers. Talking about, I am your father. So stop it. Please. It's probably why Puffy had people start calling me P. Diddy. It was one letter away from P. Daddy. I guess he is. I guess he was Puff Daddy. So now we found out that Puffy ends up being a P Daddy as well, right? And all I can think about is that I understand the initial distraught of it, but let's be for real, or let's throw in some common denominators. And that's what I guess I'm trying to say. Let's be fair.
Right.
Hugh Hefner you never questioned any of the things that he did. Now, granted, we never thought that Hugh Hefner was also partaking in any Baltimore activity. We just thought Hugh Hefner was an old-ass horn dog. With Puffy and his parties, it's being added that Puffy just wasn't giving Baltimore a safe place, but he was also every once in a while wrestling oiled up and naked. So now everybody wants to bring up the times that he acted out against this person and this person. So now all of a sudden, you want to bring up all of the times that Puffy acted like a spoiled celebrity, as if he didn't have a television show because he was acting like a spoiled celebrity that can hold multiple artists' faith in his palm of his hands. We literally gave him a reality show to display all of this bad behavior that you're now trying to... I'm not saying that you can't go into somebody's past and punish them for bad behavior. I'm just saying, you see this? Like my hair tie, that's a stretch. I don't care if he's Puff Daddy, Puff Diddy, or Did Dummy, right? It don't matter. This is Puff Daddy. You guys keep talking. He's gonna dangle you off of a roof and then have you walk across the bridge to get him some cheesecake. Have we forgotten? This is the same person that had people walk across a borough for cheesecake. We're surprised that he's been spazzing on niggas over the last 20 years? You're surprised that he's kind of controlling? You're surprised that he told one of his female artists that decided to become sexual active with him that you gotta get you gotta get some breast implant if you want to be an artist in this industry. And then when she got him too big, he was like, them shits is too big, you gotta take him out. I know, Doc, the healing hasn't gone down, but if you don't do it, I'm gonna find somebody else that does it. So either you get paid or somebody else get paid, but they're gonna get done. Now, granted, he may have treated her like a piece of meat, but again, put yourself in her shoes. She is idolizing this guy in a weird way. She has no clue what to say in the environment that he's bringing her in. What is she gonna tell what is she gonna tell a doctor that she's never seen or made before? She doesn't know what she wants. She's there because she just knows that in this industry, she needs bigger tits to make it, possibly. The rooms and the people that she's inducing to, how often do you expect her to speak when it's just her first time there? And she's there literally as eye candy. I'm saying, you can't accept a role and then come back later on and be like, yeah, you know what?
Take it back.
Yeah, I was...
No take backsies.
No. Am I sympathetic kind of to what she may be going through? I can understand. I can understand. I already told you guys my views on sympathy. Ask Webster. Right? But all these other accusations with Diddy, right now it's just news. Right now I feel like it's just news. They're trying to give him like the Britney Spears treatment or the Kanye treatment, and it's not gonna work with Diddy. I don't feel like it doesn't work with Diddy because Diddy is a little bit too sane for you guys to pull this shit on him. And then, honestly, do you want to go missing and then have it blamed on somebody else randomly 22 years later?
All right. Be right there in cold case.
He fucking with that because you know who ain't saying shit. You know who really ain't. You know. Let's see. A lot of people talk like. See, I expect 50 to talk shit. 50 made his career on talking shit. You know who you don't hear talking shit? Fabulous. You know, you don't hear talking shit. Jadakiss, the Locks, 112, Fat Joe. When Fat Joe says something, I'll be concerned. When Jadakiss says something, I'll be concerned.
Shit.
When real niggas speak, I'll listen. But as long as these birds, I mean some of these men too, some of these birds is over here that's flapping their wings, I'm cool. I'm gonna let Diddy be the business music mogul that we all knew he was, and we all accepted and highlighted and praised and entitled that bad behavior and put on a reality show. Because to this day, I still know 5 artists that were still better than Cassie. Dylon, and Dylon. Let's act like this didn't happen. Now, sexual grooming, this and that. I don't know what case encompasses sexual grooming. Is it to make you more sexual, to be more appealing to the in the music industry? Is that sexual grooming, or did he have you out here sucking dick for tracks? Like, were you popping your pussy for your royalties? Like, were you man eating for your masters? Because that's sexual grooming to me. Absolutely. If he was just trying to tell you, hey, you gotta be a little bit more sexual, you gotta have to like show a little cleave, you gotta allow, if you're gonna try, he's just giving you industry tape because he was when Cassie was coming in.
Look at what the hoes putting out right now.
There was a transition in time. There's no more Aretha Franklin's, Toni Braxton's, Whitney Houston's. No. Mm-hmm. We were transitioning to Lil' Kim's and Nicki Minaj. Cassie's era. Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown, Trina, and them in that era. And that's just they named some of them. We already had started switching to our nasty girl era. Our over-sexualization of the female artist, rapper, singer, whoever it was. So, I don't know exactly all of the things I was about, but if this is some of it, it just feels weird. You want to talk next?
Man, I just about to go home.
Oh shit!
Been up since about 4:30.
Listen, I feel you. Actually, what the hell's going on here? Am I not?
Don't tell me we wasn't recording.
Oh no, we're recording. Woo!
Shit.
So you heard that James Dolan resigned?
Oh God, James Dolan.
This had to be the biggest troll job I have ever seen ESPN do. Maybe because it hit me personally. Maybe because me and 20 million, 250 million Knicks fans really thought it was D-Day. We actually thought happy days. You understand? We thought we was about to get heaven on earth. The headlines opened up. First thing it said, James Dolan retires. I'm like, what did this story just say? Hold on, I'm got to save this. I'll make sure I don't accidentally open this up. I'll say this, read this later. Come back to when I'm finally not driving. I look at it, right, and I'm really surprised that I managed to like restrain myself while not driving. And I get back and I'm like, James Dolan resigns. I'm like, what the fuck he resigned? Like, there's no way. There's no. Cause I'm like, if James Dolan resigned from what I'm thinking he resigned from, I feel like my phone would have blew up a little bit more. I feel like he would have been trending on X, and he wasn't a trending topic, or neither would the Knicks.
Exactly.
What happened is that James Dolan resigns from the NBA Board of Governors. Damn it. This is tied directly into the lawsuit that's going on with the Toronto Raptors with the scouting personnel that the Knicks had, that the Raptors were trying to hire, right? But in the midst of that hiring process, never gave him the job fully, but never gave him the job, period. But what had happened was that guy had already started leaking trade secrets and about the New York Knicks. So that's where this lawsuit stems from, and I guess because of that, he is resigned from the board of governors. I don't know how that ties in to him. I guess suing another owner of a franchise being on the board of governors, but I'm assuming that's a mandated move, like something in the bylaws that dictates that. But touche, ESPN. I was fooled, and I was happy for about 4.5 seconds until I got through the rest. I read really slow. Oh God. And the Knicks aren't doing bad. They're not having a bad season. Julius Randle started off kind of rough.
Still early.
Super early. We're barely 15, 20 games in.
But I'm gonna leave on this note that in-season tournament,
Love it.
phenomenal.
Love it.
Great idea to get people involved, get the players engaged and whatnot. The only thing I would say is you wonder, damn, is it too soon? Because what do we do for that stretch between end of All-Star through the rest of the year?
Well,
because I feel like there could be another tournament around that time just to make sure people stay sharp.
well, you know what happens, and I'm gonna help you with that one. This has to happen when it happens because this is when nobody. This is when.
Oh no,
people,
no.
Yeah.
I'm not saying to switch it to that time.
No.
I'm saying no. This is perfect. Right now, this is perfect for right now. I'm just saying it's still going to be an issue.
But they don't need it.
time.
They don't need it in the second half of the season. Football is over, and everybody pay. What does everybody say? Everybody either pays attention to the NBA either at 3 points, either
But
Christmas, end of football, or after the All-Star break.
the reason I'm saying is in regards to that load management stuff going on.
That's already been mandated. Remember they put out rules and bylaws.
I know it's been mandated, but they're still gonna find a way to get their little loopholes in. This in-season tournament has literally made it tougher, not tougher, but like this is actually for something. So we should actually have our guys out there playing. That's why my mindset was also maybe not one as long as this one, but maybe something like.
But you see, you also talking about the time frame.
What
where,
I mean is, okay, so NBA All-Star happens like around mid-February.
I mean, it's like 60 games in though.
The NCAA tournament happens mid to late March. Do something right before NCAA tournament starts. I'm talking because you're already in tournament mode.
And
you're already in tournament mode,
and that's why I feel like they don't need it because.
But like, so what I'm saying is like maybe that like okay, you get that week after All-Star, boom, have that week, and then probably like that first week of March, boom, do something for that week. Just like in-season tournament, you just do it and see how it turns out. Same thing with this idea. Do it, see how it turns out. It doesn't work out, strip it.
Yeah,
it's just something
like
to because what's the biggest problem that we've had when it comes to the regular season is we just want to make sure that everybody's engaged. I mean, it's at a point where like think of the customer, man. Like when it comes to League Pass or purchasing tickets, you're nervous to purchase tickets because damn, is this motherfucker gonna play tonight? I'm gonna bust this $200 and I gotta worry about is my best player on my team gonna be playing tonight because of all of a sudden rest. Or another person who the other side is, damn, I like to gamble. How can I trust the Celtics are favored by 6.5 against Milwaukee tonight, but then all of a sudden I may have taken Celtics to win or whatnot, but now, oh, boom, I just found out Giannis not playing an hour before the game. I already put my ticket in. God damn.
The one thing in that is that after the All-Star game, we're already 60 games in. So we're talking about we're already in the last quarter of the season. So it's already ramped up then. Like that portion of the season is already already hyper focused for the players. The only players that not super focused during that time are the players that are already out of contention. Like fully out of contention. But the intrigue in the league, but
it could give them an opportunity to have them still at least caring.
But what happens that because the league is already is so close to its end, the intrigue in the league in itself is already at a high point. Like it's like see like the beginning of the season right now is at a low point. So I can see why the need to try to put in that extra factor. And then the season, people already in playoff. One team's already in playoff mode, and that's it too. Like teams already geared up now to now start being in playoff mode. I don't think they want to add another thing in there to top. You know what I mean? To stress on it because then
it doesn't have to be as drawn out as the early part one. This could be something where it's literally a two or 3 game thing that is literally your games for that. Like they can work that out to where it's shorter. All I'm saying is, just like they found a way to put this in there and it's all coming together like magic. Just try it. If it don't work, strip it. If it works,
it's just not. I'm saying
if it works, great. Now you just found something to stabilize the beginning of the season and that dry spell after All-Star break. Even though people are watching, because the intrigue from the fans, we're watching, but we're also seeing the quality of the product between that time of after All-Star break to about basically playoffs, unless you get those rare matchups where it impacts seeding. I'm just saying, worth a shot. Worth a shot.
It's worth a shot.
Worth a shot.
Listen, it's worth a better shot than what Cesspool is gonna get in DC, and that's his new name now. It's no longer Pool Party. It's now Cesspool.
Cesspool. I can't stand you,
because that's what has happened. Do you not realize he is the worst player with the amount of minutes and attempts that he gets? He has the worst plus minus of all players. Pool. That pool is green. And that's why and that's the reason why they didn't want to let him cook so early. He's too green. And you're seeing it. The pool is green. It looks ill. It looks mismanaged. It looks like if you dip in it, everything around is gonna get infected. And that's what we're seeing. That whole team. Granted, Washington it's not like Washington was a great team to begin with, right? It's not like the Wizards had this great culture and this great leadership behind Kuzma. Like, no, they were already a bottom feeding team that had all of the struggles in the world against them. Ooh, we get Dallas Lakers for free? Not for free, but not on ESPN is what I mean. ESPN has Golden State Phoenix. I didn't get to see the score in that game, my bad. So I'm going over to Dallas and Lakers. Because we're talking about in-season tournament, right? The Lakers so far have the best record in this in-season tournament. We'll touch on that a little bit later. Let's get back to the cesspool. Like we won't be in the cesspool. I really only brought up the cesspool because the cesspool is just the beginning portion of somebody, right? Like this last draft class, and this last draft class is a couple of class clowns. We got some notable people at the top, and we thought it was going to be possibly a 3-person race at the top between the top 2 draft picks of this year, and also based off of Chet from last year. We get in Chet. We're getting Wemby, who we're not getting is Scoot. Because they scooted his ass to the G League. Which is weird to me. Because I was thinking to myself, didn't he get drafted from the G League? Am I crazy? I am. But am I losing it? That too. But I'm not mistaken in thinking that Scoot Henderson came from the G League. He was drafted from the G League Ignite or G League Elite, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pulling it up. He's not on a 2-way contract. He was your second overall pick. Sorry, third overall pick. Yeah, from the G League Ignite. How in the blue blazes back to where you was drafted from? Like, you guys understand what I'm trying to say here. Imagine Carmelo Anthony drafted, and then they sent him back to Syracuse. Imagine Victor Wimby, right, performing well enough, and they go back to France this year. Actually, you know what? We've seen that happen. Okay, so we haven't seen the college one. You can't go back to college, but we've seen people get back overseas or are forced to stay overseas. So I guess on the same scenario as the G League then. When I put it in that perspective, right, the common denominator sometimes to find the correlation. When I put it in that perspective, it's not so much of an inquiry, right? It's not so much of an outrage. So it's not so shocking to me anymore. Lakers are losing 44-58. It's like 2 minutes left to go in the second and a half. I still find it intriguing. Almost like it's humbling, right? Not just to me, but not to the play, but also to me, right? I find it as a kick in the pants, almost, right? Like a slap in the face. Say, hey, go back to the minor league that you just came from. Like, we know we just drafted you, but we're sending you back to the team that we drafted you from. It ain't working. And listen, I don't want to say it's not working in San Antonio, but the Rookie of the Year hype, right? It's not so much wimpy anymore. That has actually started shifting towards Chet Holmgren. And if you remember what Chet Holmgren said last year, right, before he got injured, give me a couple of months and I'll be the best player in the league. And very quickly, we saw him adjust and start looking like one of the best players in the league. Last year, we thought he was on pace to be Rookie of the Year. So I say that to say that I'm not surprised that he is the number one candidate for Rookie of the Year again this year. Again, because when we saw him play before, he was on pace already. Very early in the season, he was on pace to be Rookie of the Year. Secondly, he's played in this league already. So he has some kind of inclination of the physicality and the type of play it requires to be semi or fully successful in this, or just be semi or successful in this league. He has a feel for that already. So he already has an advantage over Victor Wimby. I will gladly play you on Tuesday for a W today. So this Rookie of the Year race, it may not honestly involve Victor Wembanyama at all. He may not even finish top 3. It's a kid in Miami that's making waves. It's a kid in Miami making waves. And you know how hard it is to make waves in that heat. But when you have the culture that has been fostered in South Beach, it is very, it's not unexpected to see waves on the beach. So Victor right now has already been surpassed by Chet, passed by the kid in Miami, and there's another guy that I can't remember. And there's other guy I'm thinking about. He may not be a rookie. That's the only thing I haven't determined yet. This may be his second year in the league, so he may be more of a most improved player candidate than anything else. I have to double check on that one. Hey, what happens is not all things I remember that I want to go over. I remember the research because I forget about certain things and I come back and I remember and I forget I remember. And I'm working and I take notes and I leave those notes somewhere else. But let's see if we have some early Rookie of the Year races. Let's see. I think it's too. I really think it may be too early, but let's see what the. Oh no, it's not too early. We already got the key ladder up. Okay. So let's see where they have this at. Because it's not that Victor may not end up being the truth. It's just that right now he's too green. Right now you'll see him getting bodied by smaller players, lighter players, shorter players. Right? You understand, like the game ball, the IQ of you've seen is getting to him. And it's not that his IQ isn't good, it's that everybody else's IQ is better. And they know how to put him in positions to make things difficult for him. Now, Chet is averaging 17 points per game, 7.8 rebounds, 2.6 assists. Victor, 18.6 points per game, 9 rebounds and 2 blocks. I know it doesn't seem like Chet is outplaying him, but Chet is outplaying him. It just doesn't show in the numbers, except for the one that kind of matters, and that's the W's. And let me also add, Chet may have the advantage there, because if things are close and you're judging it by the W's, Oklahoma City has a way better team than that happened. And San Antonio does. Let's see where they have my dude in Miami. Actually, they have Ausar Thompson in Detroit as number 3. We have Jordan Hawkins in New Orleans as number 4. It's not even any of the guys I want to watch. Like guys, I'm trying to keep an eye on is that the guys in Indy. Right? I wanted to watch Scoot, but I was like, I'm gonna watch Scoot anyway. Right? They have Brandon Miller from Charlotte, number 6. Bilal, Kobe. Like, okay, and here he goes. Jaime Vasquez Jr., number 8. And I'm telling you right now, I think I'm going to have him hiding number 8. Now let's see where these guys rank based off their draft spot. Chet Holmgren, he was drafted number 2 last year. And if this was last year's draft and he was still doing what he was doing, he probably would have won Rookie of the Year. So right now he's number 1, being drafted number 2 last year. Chet Holmgren was drafted number 1. He's number 2 so far, and he just dropped to number 2 in the early races for in the rookie race. So it's not making it seem like he's just been number 2 this whole year, but you can see where he's kind of number 2. Come on, girl, make us show it. There you go. Nope, still stuck at 5. We have Ausar Thompson, who was drafted number 5. Right now he's number 3 on the race. You have Jordan Hawkins, who was drafted number 14 by the New Orleans. Sorry, Ausar Thompson was drafted by the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons got a nice little team, nice little young squad building together there. Their guard from last year is now is being benched. Jalen Ivey, yeah, I think that's his name. He's being benched. Right? You see guys like Arcero Thompson, he's stepping up. They have a young big man named Duran that, at the bare minimum, he could turn into Mitchell Robinson. He can even get up to Jared Jackson kind of levels. And even maybe a step above there. He can even possibly get to a Kevin Durant level at some point in time. Kevin Garnett. But right now, he's still working on becoming Mitchell Robinson. But Detroit has a nice little young squad building up. They really know, we know about the other guys, Cunningham and stuff like that. You got Jordan Hawkins. Jordan Hawkins, number 14th. He was drafted number 14th. He's now 4th in the rookie ranking out of New Orleans. You had Derek Levy out of Dallas, drafted number 12. He's now 5th in the ranking. And then we have other guys, right? Brandon Miller drafted 6. He's number 6. Sorry. Brandon Miller drafted number 2. He's number 6. Bilal Corbell out of Washington drafted number 7. I drafted 7th. He's number 9 on the ladder. 7th on the ladder, actually. He's right at his spot. Jaime Jasquez, right? He was drafted 18th. He's currently 8th on the list. Keontae George out of Utah drafted 16th. He's currently 9th on the list. And then last we'll leave it here, Craig Porter Jr. He went undrafted out of Cleveland. He's currently now 10th on the list. So there goes kind of your top 10 guys in the rookie ranking. And I'm telling you right now, the guy that I'm watching, and honestly, the guy that's been popping out of the television, popping to the screen for me the most, has probably been Jaime. Now, granted, it's kind of maybe because I watch more Miami Heat games than I do anybody else not named Knicks. But I wouldn't be surprised if Jaime wins Rookie of the Year. And honestly, let's take a peek, right? Let's go log in. All right, let's take a peek. Let's see if we can find out what the futures bet is for Jaime Jasquez to win Rookie of the Year. And if it's decent, maybe we drop a couple bucks on it. I like taking these nice little future bets. Let's bet it and forget it. Oh, man. Okay, let's see. Let's get to the NBA. Oh, they really gonna make me have to work to try to find this. That's Basura. This is really Basura. Okay, here we go. NBA odds. I don't need NBA season MVP, NBA championship odds. No, I need all NBA odds. There we go. Let's see if we can find some NBA futures. Let's see what these odds. NBA awards. Yeah, NBA awards. There we go. Now let's see what we have here. Defensive Player of the Year. They have Rudy Gobert as the favorite right now, and then behind him is Anthony Davis, followed by Bam Adebayo, and then Evan Mobley and Jared Jackson. Right? What did I just see there? Something just happened. I thought I saw something green happen somewhere. I really thought I did. Now let's see here. Sixth Man of the Year. Those are still locked. That hasn't popped up yet. Are these all of the future bets? All of the awards that they have currently available? Oh, that's not right. So I don't see anything for second half lines, conference championship, division championships, NBA season MVP, NBA Rookie of the Year. There we go. So right now, Victor is still the favorite, followed by Chet, followed by Orsier, Brandon Miller. Let's see something. Wait a minute. Is this kind of going right on line with what I was looking up a while ago? I mean, except for when I get to Scoot, because we've seen Scoot get benched recently. So let's take a look. See here. Let's see what the bookie says versus. Okay, so and we know Chet and Victor just swap places, but they got Victor number 1, Chet number 2. Isaiah Thompson number 3, he's third. Brendan Miller's number 4. We got Hawkins here now. And Scoot Henderson is 5th. Derek V as 6. Jordan Hawkins right there at 7. And then here goes Jaime right here at plus 16,000. So, well, let me tell you what that's right. I'm gonna tell you what that means. No, not Jimmy Butler. Why does it show me a Jimmy Butler bet? I got a Jimmy Butler. I don't have any Jimmy Butler bets. Pop my open bets up. Yeah, I don't think that one's gonna hit. But okay, let's see. I got 2 bet slips. Why I got 2 bet slips? Clear this one. Okay, let's see. Open bets. There we go. Nah, I'm good there. But let's go with. We're gonna do this bet right now. We're about to do this bet right now. All right. We gonna bet $1. I'm not joking. I'm about to bet $1 that Jaime Vasquez wins Rookie of the Year. That's $1 to win 160. Like, I'm dead ass on that. Now, Chet's at plus 147. What kind of money do we have to bet to make that worthwhile? Oh, wait. I already put that one in. Hold on. Did they not? Oh, no. Get back up here. Did they not? Did I not put that bet? I did put that bet in. Okay. Got Jaime. What's the other bet? Oh, Chet Holmgren. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's not worth it. That's like 1 to win $1.47. Yeah, Chet Holmgren won't be worth betting on. I mean, I ain't gonna say he's not worth betting on, because if you think that he's a lock, right? You can at least you can at least make money off of it, right? Bet 100, make $147 out of it. You know, like simple shit like that. Make $47 on your 100 that you bet. But yeah, my money, I'm going with Jaime. I'm going with the local boy. I'm going with the Miami kid. Well, I told you, playing it safe. We're gonna see what this $1 does for me at the end of the season. I told you I've been meaning to make some future bets too about all of my division winners, but let's not stray too far into that, right? Let's continue. Let's continue with going around the league for a little bit. How much time we have left in the show? Oh, we got plenty of time. We got like 40 minutes left in the show, and we're gonna spend a lot of it right here. Probably the next half of it. But seriously, Rookie of the Year candidate right now. It looks like by the odd makers, Victor is still the favorite. As far as the rookie ladder goes right now, Chet Holmgren has currently taken over as the number 1 spot. The guy that I have my eyes on is Jaime Vasquez out of Miami. You understand right now? He is playing just about as well as Kyle Lowry was playing last year as a rookie. One, that's big up to him, and it also shows you how much Kyle Lowry is currently declining. Like a lot of veteran players that are smart, he's able to take advantage of the rule changes that has made the game softer from when he came in to be able to extend his career. LeBron James, Tom Brady, Frank Gore, all of these guys. Like Kyle Lowry is the Frank Gore of basketball. LeBron James is the Tom Brady of basketball. Stuck around long enough. Now, you see the correlation between each individual, but stuck along long enough to honestly see the rules change enough that you were able to use your sports knowledge to extend your career. We hear Tom Brady talk about it all the time. And it's so funny, right? Because I've been mentioning this for some time now, and Tom Brady recently had an interview and he said it again. And basically in this interview, he basically just found out said there's certain places that he didn't throw the ball to because he knew if he threw the ball there in the middle when he played against Baltimore, Ray Lewis is going to knock his guys out. So he didn't throw the ball to Gronk. He'll throw it to Wes Welker. He didn't say Wes Welker. But I remember Wes Welker caught those balls. All them little short white guys, like that was indispensable, that you coached up and talked up. Yeah, you do it over the middle when Ray Lewis was there, when Bart Scott was there. But he didn't do it for Gronk. He was like, I gotta save Gronk. And granted, you never heard Tom Brady complain. You know, the things you hear Tom Brady complain about how the game is soft and how they've allowed it, they've mandated up to where you're penalizing bad offensive play. You're penalizing defensive players for bad defensive plays. Everybody in the football field is taught to protect themselves. And it's also the quarterback's job to protect his receivers. And some of these throws aren't protecting their receivers or just aren't smart, period. And they're putting these guys in harm's way. Now, we've been talking about this for some time now, right? That Tom Brady said this, but Tom Brady recently reiterated this again recently. And in this reiteration, he started catching some back. Like, well, we never heard Tom Brady complain when he was a player. You never heard him talk it up either. People take advantage of the rules as presented to them. A lot of these rules were changed for Tom Brady. Did Tom Brady come and ask for these rules to be changed? Maybe he may have agreed with some of the individuals in the quarterback, meaning like, hey, you know what? That does sound nice. Yeah, I can sign off on that. Knowing that all it was going to do was make the game softer and help benefit him. So he could win more. But he knew what it was doing, and he sees it now on the other end. The lack of practice, the lack of contact, the lack of coaching, the lack of discipline, the lack of coaching, the lack of practice is allow a lot of dumb players to get away with things. Like I said, you could just be... We've gone back to just being athletic and dumb. We've dumbed everything down so that the most simple of person can be here. Where there used to be a standard. Where we understand that you may be good, but you're not smart. They said you may be dynamic, but you can't fit this. Because... And it goes to show you sometimes, too. All the people that say, yo, I could have done this, I could have done that. Man, if I would have got a chance. But when you hear them talk, you realize that you're a knucklehead. When you hear you talk, you realize that, yo, you can't follow instructions. Like, man, they could have never got in my face. Like, then you could have never been a quarterback. Like you said, oh, you could have never been anything. You probably why you fizzled out in JUCO. I'm not trying to go down that road because the one I really wanted to be down was the in-season tournament road. Right? Because the in-season tournament, again, it is a tournament that has been taken very seriously by the players early on. Again, don't know if this is something that was mandated. Don't know if this was something that was put in by Adam Silver behind closed doors to make sure that the players gave it its proper intrigue, interest, and respect. Right? Basically, made sure that they promoted it because it was to help build up the game. Anything to help build and progress the game, they are all for. Remember, these are what players constantly say. We want to give more than we've taken. We want to make sure we give back to this game and make sure it grows. The reason why these players are making $50 million a year is because of what the players made sure that they gave back in the years before them. And not gave back monetary wise, but the way they made sure that this game was constantly being grown, being promoted, and they worked on not just their own brand, but also the brand of the NBA. And now this current brand of the NBA has this in-season tournament, where the Los Angeles Lakers are the best team in this tournament so far. They have a record of 4-0. They have not been defeated. Right now, they have clinched the in-season tournament spot. Right, as currently right now the playoffs or the playoffs for the NCAA tournament is going to consist of the Lakers, the Sacramento Kings, and New Orleans as it currently stands right now, with Minnesota pulling in the wild card. And in the East, we have Indiana, Milwaukee, and Boston, with Miami pulling in the wild card spot right now. And those are currently right now becoming the 8 teams that are currently in the in-season tournament, right? Or in the running for the in-season tournament. Talked about some money that I truly believe that this is something that LeBron James is trying to make sure that he is the inaugural winner of. And I don't think he's the only one, to be honest with you. I believe that Boston wants that. I believe Giannis wants that. Right? Let me rephrase this. I believe that the guy that idolizes Kobe and Jason Tatum wants it. I believe Giannis wants it. LeBron James wants it. The team that surprised me was Indiana. Because not only has Indiana improved this year, shout out to Tyler Halliburton, where the guy that the New York Knicks passed on and then also failed to get as a free agent, but that led to us getting Jalen Brunson, and I think that has allowed Knicks fans to not have to be angry every day at when Tyrese Halliburton does something well. We can shift our gear, we can shift all that energy directly to Donovan Mitchell. And Donovan Mitchell only. You still here, Cuddy? You still around listening? Talk to me. Say something. Must be looking at me. Like I want to see. No, I'm fucking with you, B. You good. You good. Yo, it's my goddaughter's birthday tomorrow. Woo! So I know I'm gonna end up saying it on Monday as well too. Right? I mean, not Monday, but I know I'm gonna end up saying it tomorrow. I mean Friday as well too. If I do a podcast on Friday, that's the thing about Friday is that we got to make sure that we do a podcast on Friday. If not, we'll be on at Sharky's on Monday. Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it. And then all that means that we'll still get our birthday shout outs and it just won't be on Friday. It'll be all extended on Monday. So Indiana, damn, they lost. I mean, Indiana ended up losing this game if I'm not mistaken. In this non-defensive game that they played against Atlanta. Indiana with Tyrese Halliburton and Obi Toppins. If you want to make Knicks fans upset at any point in time, I feel like mentioning those two names as a tandem should piss Knicks off. Because they're doing well in Indiana. I'm not going to lie to you. It makes me want to watch Indiana games on mute. Because I can't stand Reggie Miller's voice. But it makes me want to watch him because the intrigue of wanting to see what Obi Toppin could look like on another team that's giving him more time, more burn, and more freedom. A watch of Tyrese Halliburton, the guy that Sacramento was perfectly okay getting rid of when everybody thought that when we heard that a guard, one of their point guards is on the trading block, everybody swore it was De'Aaron Fox, mainly because of age and year of draft. They just thought they were going to go with the guy that had more time. Instead, they got rid of Tyrese Halliburton and invested into Fox. Tyrese Halliburton has gone to Indiana, right, and started cooking. Then remember, Tyrese Halliburton got a little chip on his shoulder. After it was made by, I think it was somebody either in New York media or maybe the TNT crew, Tyrese Halliburton, nope, Wally Zerbiak, MSG, New York Knicks. Mentioned about him not being an all-star, he went out there, put up on constantly up to raise his game, put up an all-star performance, and then made it to the all-star team. And then that's just basically kept on continuing that growth since that time last year. Now you see him with literally a running mate, right? Somebody could spin up and down the court with him in Obi Toppins, and you see the Indiana Pacers with an early start to this to the season put up a really good Now, really good. I don't want to over exaggerate, right? But it's better than what it's been over the last couple of years. It's, to say the least, way more inspiring than it was last year. Now, granted, they're 8-6, right? It's the same 8-6 the New York Knicks are sitting at. The only difference is that the New York Knicks holds the 6th spot while Indiana holds the 7th spot. So the season started today. The New York Knicks will be safe and in the playoffs, while Indiana will be in the will be in the play-in tournament with Cleveland, Atlanta, and Toronto. A Cleveland team that Atlanta team, if I'm not mistaken, beat them earlier today. But Tyree and Obi have slowly become a nice little feature to watch, and that's really as much as I can really say about them, right? They lead the league, right, in points per game. The Pacers do, and they also lead the league in assists per game. 128 points per game, 30.8 assists per game. That's why also watching this Atlanta game, you're like, damn, you couldn't play a little bit more defense against Atlanta. I mean, just lose. They didn't win against Atlanta. I got scores, and of course I do. But Tyree for this year, right? He is putting up. Where'd you go? I just had it in front of me. But he is putting up. I'm killing me with this shit. I'm fighting for my life. Can I get some player stats? Shit. Thank you. I see what was happening. It was switching itself over to team stats. For what reason? I don't know. But now let's get it back over to players. So like I said, they're first in points per game, and they're also first in assists per game. Obi Toppin's alley-oops per game have already gone up. Because we're basically seeing him in the game for about 30 minutes a game. Let's is it 30? Let's just pull this up, make sure. Where's Toppins at? 24 minutes a game. Sorry. Listen, the only people getting over 30 looks like it's Bruce Brown and Tyrese Halliburton. Tyrese Halliburton is averaging over 25. Is averaging 25.3 points per game and also 8 assists per game. Sorry, that's not assist. That's 8 3-point attempts. Where's his assist at? Where's his assist at? 12.3. God damn. Is Tyrese Halliburton leading the league in assists per game? I ain't gonna lie, I have to see this. I really do have to see this. Tyrese Halliburton is leading the league in assists per game with 12.3 assists per game, followed by Trae Young, Nikolai Jokic, Fred VanVleet, and LaMelo Ball. Yeah, when I saw his assist numbers, I was like, that looks like it's league leading. And then let's not to mention what Obi Toppin is doing, right? Obi Toppin playing 24 minutes, giving you 11 points per game. Only about 8 attempts. And only 8 attempts. But you can see him being more involved in the offense, more involved in transition. I promise you, at least once a week, we are getting an Obi Toppin poster behind a very young, good, and creative point guard. Now, what needs to happen is that his rebound numbers need to go up. If Obi's going to be on that court, those rebound numbers need to go up. He's only getting like a 3.1 rebounds per game. And I'm telling you this right now. Those kind of rebound numbers wouldn't have flown with Tom Thibodeau. Just to let you know. So, even though they weren't spectacular, his best year was 3.7 rebounds per game. And if you remember last year, he kind of started, even though he was playing, he started falling out of the rotation a little bit. He ended up losing minutes. But he's definitely gone from 15 minutes a game in New York to 24 minutes a game. He has now gotten the time that he wants and scoring more points. Like I said, it's more attempts. He's taking less 3-pointers, not by much, but he's also shooting. He's also making them way less. So it's just the little things, right? Because his field goal percentage, right, is still high. The highest he's ever been in his whole career. 59.6. Damn near shooting 60%. But his 3-pointers are worse. His 3-point percentage is worse. Free throws is a little bit better. And this is his worst rebounding year. Since outside of last year. He's only played 3 years. Sorry, 4 years now. So this is one of his worst rebounding years. I forget about his rookie season sometimes. Some of the numbers he is producing in certain areas, right? Plus, minus, defensive efficiency, things like that. While it's cool he's running up and down the court. While it's cool he's getting more minutes than he's ever had. While it's cool he's helping keep this offense fast and fluid. His defense is going down, and his 3-point shooting is going down. I know I have not heard Knicks fans miss him at all this year. That's good. It's real good. It also shows you that the Knicks won't complain about other players that they've lost if their team is doing well. You don't have time to. What point would it be to focus on Obi Toppins? I wish we had Obi Toppin still. I still wish we had a backup power forward a decent backup power forward to Julius Randle. Right now, when Julius Randle comes out, we play a lot of small ball. So the beef that Obi Toppin and Tom Thibodeau had, you can see. If you didn't understand it beforehand, now that he's no longer on the team, you get a chance to step back. I hope you can see and understand now the rift between the two. Yes, he probably wanted more minutes. Yes, with the Knicks, his plus minus was incredible. His efficiency, right? His 36 PER, right? Looked all-star level-ish. All-star level-ish. Right now, it looks like he averages about 5 points per 12 minutes played. 6 points per 12 minutes played. So if you gave him 36 minutes, he probably may get you 18 points per game. But we need better rebounding. We know you like to duck and create posters, but that 3-point percentage needs to get up. At least 30% was decent. Like 30%, I feel like is the bare minimum to be accepted from an NBA player. I'm making a third of my shots from the 3-point range. Anything less than that, and you start to and I would start to question your professionalism. Are you truly now working on these things in the off season, or did you just go work on the things that you do well, knowing there's going to be a change of scenery, knowing that this coach wasn't going to demand from you what the last coach did, so you slacked on your defense, you slacked on your 3-point shooting. Now your plus minus is bad. And the only thing that has happened is that you've gone up in scoring. This isn't your best year in anything else except for scoring. No. I'm going to pull it back up. Give me a second. Come on, pull that back. Where's Obi Toppin at? Now, pull me Obi's numbers. There we go. So rookie year, he put up 4 points a game. That was his lowest on 11 minutes per game. Highest points ever scored is this year, 11.8. Also, the most field goals he ever taken. Highest field goal is now, like I said, more dunks. So highest field goal percentage. As far as 3-pointers made, he's not even making a 3-pointer a game. It's 0.8. That's made. He's attempting 2.9 a game. So that's a little less than 3. But let's go to the stuff that matters to me. Blocks. He's getting 0.3 blocks per game. His lowest was 0.2. His highest was his sophomore season at 0.5. He has more turnovers than he's ever had before in his career. His assist ties his highest that he's ever had. His rebounds are lower than his sophomore season. 3.1 compared to 3.7. His assist ties his sophomore season, 1.1 to 1.1. Like I said, more turnovers than he's ever had. He's got more steals than he ever had, almost getting 1 steal a game. But that's 0.9 versus the 0.3 he's gotten everywhere else. 0.3 blocks per game. His sophomore season was 0.5. So even with all the minutes, these aren't equating to his best numbers in each category that he's ever had. When you look at it, you can see the hustle stats, right? Those are missing. Like, those are the things that are missing. And again, that plus minus. Rookie year, 0.4. Sophomore year, 2.3. Last year, 0.9. This year, negative 1.2. You're going down, my boy. You're going in the complete wrong direction. But for right now, the Pacers are going in the right direction. They're taking this in-season tournament a little bit more seriously. And it was fun. It was weird, too, right? Ironic, even. That it's Indiana as the best team in the East, where you weren't sure if Indiana was going to be one of those teams that took it this seriously. Tyrese Halliburton was one of the people that came on and said that if you want players to take this more seriously, it'll probably be better to guarantee a playoff spot. Like, even without that being guaranteed, just an extra $500,000, big money, right? Extra $500,000. You see them as the best team in the East as far as it goes. As far as the in-season tournament goes, and them and the Los Angeles Lakers, they joined the Los Angeles Lakers as the only other team to clinch the in-season tournament spot so far. That's your Pacers. Like I said, in the East is Indiana, Milwaukee, Boston, with Miami pulling up the wild card. Indiana and the Lakers are the first teams to qualify. And speaking of first, LeBron James is the first player ever to make it to 39,000 points. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think anybody else outside of him and Kareem ever made it even to 38,000. Apparently, real hoopers know that Kevin Durant is going to go down in history better than LeBron, maybe only in scoring. KD got to pull out at least 2 rings right here in Phoenix. If he don't get these 2 rings late, these other 2 asterisk rings, he ain't never going to be compared. He ain't going to get close up to... You know what's funny? I'm not a bronze sexual, right? I can respect the man. I'm not a bronze sexual, though. But I wonder but I'm going to assume the way that I feel when I hear about LeBron compared to Kobe, LeBron compared to Michael, like, yo, it's not even close. What the fuck is you niggas talking about? Like, you got some good numbers, but it really ain't close. It's not in my eyes. I wonder if that's how the same people feel when they talk about Kevin Durant to LeBron James. Because to me, it's not even close. I've only said this about one player, ever. And this is LeBron James. And maybe this is why I should put him at least in my top 10. LeBron James is the only player that I can ever think about in his prime. Not now, not this Lakers version. The Cleveland through Miami version. The Cleveland through Cleveland version. Right? Let's probably say the last year or two in Cleveland, along with probably I don't know if I want to pull it the all 4 years in Cleveland, but definitely at least the first 2 years. But it was an 8 to 10 year time span where I fully, even probably even longer than that, believe that if you put LeBron James on any team, he takes them to the conference championship. Takes them there. I've never been able to say that about any player ever. Not be able to take them to the conference championship, regardless of what team he played on, regardless of who you put him with. Conference championship. I can't say that about Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, to get to a conference championship, has always needed guys like Kyrie Irving or Stephen Curry, and Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, and Steve Kerr, and a championship franchise. At least I've seen LeBron James take an unworthy team to a conference championship. I've seen him take. Did I already say undeserving? But an undermanned team to the conference final round. I've seen this. Not Kevin Durant. I have never ever been able to say that you put Kevin Durant on any team he takes to the conference championship. No, you put Kevin Durant on any team, you could probably take it to the playoffs, maybe. But even Kevin Durant came out and said, just because you have Kevin Durant on the team, don't mean that the team gonna do blah 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 blah. At least I know LeBron James has the mentality to say, hey, you put LeBron James on this team, and this team better blah 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 blah. That's what I love about LeBron James. And because at least he's gonna own it, right? And he's gonna own it properly. In certain ways. The weed is hitting me. We got like 10 minutes left in the podcast. And the weed is hitting 14. And the weed is hitting me strong now. I just hit it too. Y'all see that? It's hitting me. Hold on. Let me hit it again so it can hit me again. Like I said, so LeBron getting to 39,000. I still am under a belief that Kevin Durant may pass him in points. And if that's what that person was alluding to, where they say Kevin Durant is going to go down as a better hooper than LeBron James, when they talking about just points, okay, then I see it. I can co-sign. I can see it. But as far as everything else go, Kevin Durant doesn't light a candle to LeBron James the way that LeBron James doesn't light a candle to Kobe or LeBron or Kobe or Michael. So he barely holds on to Steph. Last time I checked, Steph got the W's over him. Last time I checked, it was 2-1 Steph. And until both of these teams meet in the Western Conference Championship, and that team, and whoever wins the championship, that's the only way to determine the other victors. Right now, it's 2-1 Steph. With the tiebreaker being held in the hands of Anthony Davis and Draymond Green. Talk about a double choke job. Fuck you guys. So LeBron James making it 39,000 points. Like, we gotta big that up. That's the first player to ever do that. I don't know how Kevin Durant's gonna end up being a better player than him when he only has 2 rings. That's one. Don't know how he's gonna be a better player than him. I've never seen him take what's considered a subpar or mediocre team to a conference finals. Listen, even LeBron James made it to 4 finals with toxic Kyrie. So they're not gonna measure up to me. Now, granted, toxic Kyrie didn't have a chip yet. You had just got him his first chip. So maybe that was still a little bit more humble Kyrie than toxic Kyrie. By the time Kev got him, he was full in his toxicity. Let's see how much time we got. We got like 10 minutes left in the show. This is perfect. 10 minutes? Perfect. Because I don't think we're going to talk NBA 2K tier rankings. Oh, scared the shit out of me. I thought I was a corner. I thought I was the back of my head on that concrete. I'm probably not going to get into the 2K tournament stuff. Right? Tiers. Information. But before we leave, I want to talk about the Andre 3000 album that I heard the other day, right? And can I say, and you know what? Before we do that, right? This segment is going to be brought to you by the good folks that have defended your country blindly, the United States Army, and all of the fine soldiers and veterans that they produce. So, I'm going to get something up there as well. And let's go ahead and run this real quick, and then we'll get back into it.
They didn't join this team to win championships or become famous. They joined because there is important work to be done, and only some able to do it. They are brighter, better educated, led, and equipped than any team in history. They are doctors, lawyers, engineers, technologists, and combat troops, all prepared for whatever comes their way. You'll find them where the lights don't flash, and the only contract they sign is with themselves and their country. One day, they may be asked what they did to make a difference in this world, and they can respond, "I became a soldier."
All right, this is Tom Martin of the MyT Sports Podcast. We are back. Thank you guys for listening, regardless of where you may be listening at or how you may be listening. Wherever you're watching and catching this air, or you're catching in the replay, the many places that we have the replay at, whether that's podcast, podbean, Pandora, Podbean, Amazon Music, Google Replay, TuneIn Radio, or wherever. We thank you guys for listening to the MyT Sports Podcast. Don't forget that this is the Wednesday special right before Thanksgiving, folks, right before Turkey Day. So I want to wish all you guys again before we end the podcast a happy Thanksgiving. I see my forehead shining over that shit glistening. I can use a little daddy dab, but fucking let it shine. Let it shine. That forehead grease is mine. And I'm gonna fuck up some food on the last 10 minutes of the podcast. It's not Thanksgiving food. There's some food. There's some brown stewed chicken. Not stewed chicken, but brown stewed chicken. I'm gonna watch this Lakers Mavs game live. Lakers currently losing right now, 93-80. I gotta see how Kyrie Irving is trying to cook his former teammate. And we were just talking about them too. So I was listening to the Andre 3000 album. I had an opportunity to check that out. I think I listened to it Monday as we were leaving the show, right? As I left the show and I was driving home. I'm listening to it, and when I heard people saying that he made a album with no words, I thought they were joking because it sounded like something it sounds like something that he would do. I thought they were being facetious. I thought they were I thought they were pulling my leg. But when I popped that sucker on, went on Tidal, popped it on. I immediately thought I was in yoga class. This is a tantrum album. And it's ironic that the very first song is, I promise you I wanted to make a hip hop album. I promise you I wanted to make a rap album, something like that. One of the two. But this ends up being like a tantrum album. If you ever had to go listen to like certain African tantrums, right? Or 130 hertz, 85 hertz, things like that. It sounded like that. A compilation album of that. Wind chimes, frequencies, natural wind, natural water, leaves rustling. It literally reminded me of being in yoga and trying to meditate. And I listened to it coming home. And just zoned out as I was zoning out. Right? And here's a drink. My other thought was that, you know what? I don't even have to change anything when I get home. I am going to switch this from me practicing my breathing in the car and just having a one in stillness moment while driving at 12:30 at night, to me using it as background ambiance music to go to sleep to. It also doubled down. Like I said, it's a tantrum kind of thing. So you asked your Google or whatever to play some nice background, like play background music for you to go see, play natural, whatever, and it started Africa. There's no words though. Right? Yeah, if you ever ask your right, you ever ask your Google, Amazon smart speaker to ever play like some music at night, some ambiance background noise, and it's kind of played some of that. That's kind of what this album sounded like. So when I say that I was able to write out this album multiple times, back to back to back, I wasn't joking. Granted, some of that time I was probably asleep, but I just kept on running the album back and have it do its thing. And can I say, I'm not upset. I'm not disappointed. I'm not let down. I'm not discouraged. That did hit it on a different frequency. It was a good album. It was a refreshing album. And it honestly, what was to be expected from Andre 3000? Because I can tell you this, none of us are surprised. I guarantee you that there's not one Andre 3000 fan that is surprised that he put out an album with no words. That he put out a yoga, meditation, tantrum, frequency album. I want to fuck Erykah Badu so bad. I really do. Or, and only if I think her daughter's of age. She's like 23 or something like that. If I'm mistaken about that, I retract this whole entire statement. I want to fuck Erykah Badu because the level of enlightenment that pussy puts upon niggas, I would love for my third eye to be bust wide open like that. Ooh. Shit, my dick is tingling already. Speaking of dick tingling, how much time we got? We're almost out of time. You know what? Nothing gets my dick softer faster than getting a paper straw with my meal. I want to thank you guys for listening to MyT Sports Podcast. I'm your host again, Talented Mark Taylor. I appreciate you guys. You guys again have a happy Thanksgiving. You guys be safe out there. Good day here in. I see you again on Friday. If not, we'll be a short.
Sorry, B. I tried. Honest. All the bandwidth in the world couldn't keep me contained. No lag. No lag. Gonna share my talents with Podbean Live. Always knew I would take the pod there. Just a lot later than a lot of listeners thought. Last of the real gabbers. Well, maybe not the last. Munchkin got good mic skills. New, improved MyT podcaster. Potting down now. Last call for drinks. Bars closing. Sun's out. Heard a casada buffet breakfast. Don't want to go far. Wild night. Tired, B. Tired. MyT
Sports. That shit good as fuck. Oh wait, let's put the turkey up first before. Oh, we got people in the chat. Who we got today? That's the vet ticks. All right, let's go ahead and get this up for you guys. Just one last time, so you guys remember. Happy Thanksgiving, all. I probably should just have this running there the whole entire time I was doing that. You guys have a good night. Enjoy your Thanksgiving again. I'm out of here. Have I officially stopped recording? Am I giving you guys any bonus? Oh yeah, we giving you. I got 13 minutes left. They definitely gave me some bonus time on here. Nah, I think you got enough. Because I'm trying to fuck this food up. I may. It's already 12:30. I can't go in for a second plate. Oh no! Before I get naked, at least let me turn off Instagram. Like, whoa, sometimes I get this feeling. Yeah. Woo. I get this feeling that I never ever felt before. Whoa. It burns when I'm peeing. Yeah. Oh, Lakers came back a little. 95-90. Get up. They was always flopping and shit. You're flopping. I see you flopping. with your flopping ass catch snowman in the kitchen with his. Is that how it goes? 95-92 now. They closing that lead. Oh man. I think I'm off everywhere.